Who's ready for the Dirt Life Show?
Yeah. Welcome, everybody, to Monday night, episode 94 of the Dirt Life Show. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We have a fantastic show for you guys tonight. We got some awesome guests, but we are at the 4-Wheel Parts Off-Road Store in Riverside, California tonight to welcome our featured guest, Travis Sallee. Travis is a 4-Wheel Parts Polaris Razor athlete, as well as just a fantastic kid all around. But he's a youth racer that's coming through the ranks right now, wants to have a professional racing career. Welcome, Travis. How are you?
Good. How are you, George?
Doing awesome, man. Thank you very much for coming all the way from Barstow, dude.
Yeah, I mean, good opportunity to have this. Really excited for this.
Yeah, well, thank you again, and it's awesome that you brought all your family here with you. We'll go to another camera angle so you can see we got all his family over here. There's some even further over to the left. We got the whole store is actually packed with customers and stuff today. And to your left, my far left, we have co-host extraordinaire Jessy Nelson. What's up, buddy?
How's it going? Thanks for having me on. Great to be here.
Yeah.
Especially having this at 4-Wheel Parts here in Riverside. And thank you to these guys letting us do this here. And
it is pretty awesome that they let us do this and while the customers are walking around and stuff.
Yeah. I met some cool people earlier and just cruising around.
It's awesome, dude. Well, thank you for making the drive from Central California all the way down and hanging out with your buddy over here, Travis.
Anytime. I'm glad I got the date right this time. I came a month.
We're gonna skip that story, right?
No, I came a month earlier on June 19th, and I was like, hey, where are you guys? Like, nobody's here. The store looks like it's closed. I don't know what's going on. Where are you at? I'm at home. What do you mean? We're not doing the show?
I was watching
July
motocross.
19th. Yeah, I know. You're like, oh, just turn the race on. I'm watching it in the parking lot on my phone.
All right. So thank you guys both for joining us. Today is going to be an awesome show for you guys. I always forget to say my name, so I am Georgie Hamill. You guys are our lifeblood. We really appreciate all you guys tuning in. We see that there's already people logging on Instagram. I'm going to have to pull up the Facebook feed here and see if I can get that going. But thank you guys very much. We welcome any questions that you guys have, so feel free to join us in the comments, ask us anything. Most of these guys are an open book. Excuse me. So it'll be fun if you guys have questions for Travis. Maybe even some funny stories about Travis.
Oh, God.
No?
There's some funny stories out there.
Yeah.
I'm sure people have them.
Have you kissed a girl yet?
Yeah.
There you go.
Mom.
Nailed it. Right off the bat, Travis got the good answers. So let me just get through some of the normal introductory stuff. We have 2 people going to call in today. We have Trevor Burrier is going to call in around 5:15. Ashton Perfect is going to call in around 6:10. Ashton actually told me that he's got a couple of cool stories.
I've known him forever.
Is he the guy with all the stories all the time?
Yeah. He's got a lot.
So it'll be cool to talk with both of them. And we do. Let's see here. It's a little early to actually announce it now. So I want to say thank you to everybody that's joining us. You can always join us 5 o'clock every single Monday night on Facebook, YouTube, and now Instagram Live. For all the shows, we also have an Industry Insider show on Thursdays, and that's just on Instagram Live, so you can check that out, because sometimes it gives you a little bit of behind-the-scenes stuff. Like last week, we had Justin from Shock Therapy. He answered all kinds of cool questions and was able to even help some customers, actually. So that was pretty cool. You can always check us out anytime on the archives, we call it, like on iTunes or Google Play or Spotify, any of the audio networks. We're available on Tuesday mornings, so get us on those as well. I don't ever know what it is to like those or subscribe, but do whatever you got to do to make it so that we get better ratings. You can interact with us at the Dirt Life Show on social media. Instagram is usually where we get to talk with people. It's been pretty awesome. I mean, even these guys saw how many messages come in through the Dirt Life Show Instagram page. It's pretty rad. So thank you guys very much for communicating with us and having so much fun with us, asking questions, suggesting new guests, and just being a part of the show. It's really cool. And I want to thank all of our sponsors. We have some really, really fantastic people. I don't know if you guys can see behind me, but there's some KMC and EFX stuff back there. So the 4-Wheel Parts guys sell some of the stuff that we have partners with. So check out all the stuff that KMC has to offer at any of the 4 Wheel Parts stores. EFX Tires also available there. Thank you to the guys over at Shock Therapy. Just like I said, Justin's a fantastic dude. You can use the code DIRTLIFE at shocktherapist.com and save a whole bunch of money on any of their products. They got those awesome steering racks, which I highly suggest for your guys' razors.
I need a new steering rack.
Dude.
Justin makes some great stuff.
Dude, they're super, super good, man. The guys over at Zollinger Racing Products, thank you very much to Travis and his team over there. You can use the code DIRTLIFE at ZollingerRacingProducts.com. Again, save a whole bunch of money. Thank you to the guys at CryoHeat. All those guys actually drove over to that Mid-America race. Did you see they're having a side-by-side or off-road race in Mid-America?
Yeah, I did see that. It looks pretty cool.
It does.
Quite a bit of money put up, too, for the purse.
Yeah.
And all
How much
that.
was it?
Enough.
Really?
A lot.
Enough to make it worth it, I think. Yeah.
To drive all the way to Oklahoma?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's cool. And to see, like, Texplex put up a bunch of money, like, now these guys are, like, to see that type of influence in off-road is pretty rad.
I mean, I've drove to Florida for less.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
For a side-by-side deal?
No.
Oh, I was going to say motocross.
Yeah,
motocross for sure. And thank you to the guys over at Solderweld. You can use the code DIRTLIFE at solderweld.com, and you can save on their off-road repair kit. They got little welding blankets with a little slit in them so that you can do repairs and stuff actually on the trail and repair your race or repair your ride. One thing that I didn't mention was that you can go to wheelmerch.com. They have all kinds of cool stuff, KMC merchandise, EFX merchandise, and pick up some of that badass gear. I don't know if 4 Wheel Parts sells it, but you can pick it up anytime. And one other thing I wanted to say, one of our mutual friends, Loriana, that's how Siri says it, but her name's actually Loriana. She introduced us, man. I wanted to thank her, too.
UTV Worlds, I remember going up to you at that taco cart.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was going to bring up. Why you got to blow it, dude?
Bags out the cat too early.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, so it was actually cool because she's like, yeah, do you know Travis? And I'm like, yeah, I met him at the UTV World Championship. I was getting a hamburger and so was he. And we started talking. He was like the nicest kid on the planet. She's like, yeah, you got to have him on the show. And I'm like, all right, we're going to get it lined up. And then Corey from 4 Wheel Parts ended up reaching out to you and you got it all dialed in.
Yeah. And now we're here.
Yeah, exactly. Short and sweet. I like the answer, dude.
I'm glad I'm here too. Now, Corey does a great job too, and having Travis on was a good idea.
Yeah, I agree 100%. All the youth guys that we've been able to interview so far have been fantastic. I'm really looking forward to the show with you today, and we got some cool guys coming up as well. So let's get into your backstory a little bit. How did you meet Jessy?
I kind of just went up to him at a race and we kind of just started talking. I liked his cars. He was a RedBull athlete, and that's one of my dream sponsors is to be sponsored by RedBull. So I kind of just went up to him and started talking, and from there we just became friends, kind of.
Yeah. Well, and Jessy has a lot of, I don't want to say connections, but he's worked his way up through the motocross ranks, and now he's racing side-by-sides. But it's pretty cool that you were able to see a guy that you really look up to and be able to go talk to him so easy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I saw RedBull, and he seemed like a really cool dude, and just kind of went up to him and just started talking.
Was that the same when you were racing dirt bikes? Like, was it a lot of younger guys looking up to you?
I mean, depends on where you go. I mean, or how well you're doing.
Red Bud!
I mean, as far as when it comes to side-by-side stuff, like, he knew more about that than I did.
Yeah.
I was just kind of learning. I was beginner, super green to, like, that whole deal, and I even asked him some questions, too, like, about, what do you think I should do on the start or this? Like, I haven't really had much experience with the side-by-side racing scene, and he already knew a lot more than I did. So
did you know that you helped him?
I was picking off things that he was telling me because I didn't really have anybody else there helping me, and I was just kind of winging it and having fun. And then now I'm trying to take it a little bit more serious and then just kind of grow with it organically, not try to, like, force the issue or push too hard too early.
Well, it's kind of like that, though. The off-road scene is way different than motocross, right? And supercross especially.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the people are a lot more a lot friendlier, I think.
Grassroots kind of?
Yeah, like a little more genuine too as well, and just more of like a family atmosphere instead of like so cutthroat, you know?
Yep.
Which any type of racing is for sure. It's going to be cutthroat and gnarly. It's like,
but that's when you get on the track.
Yes and no. I don't know. Like, I'm telling you right now, when I raced, it was very rare that I ever had a friend or somebody that I raced with or even was in like the same realm with like all my friends were outside of moto. Like
Yeah.
they rode maybe, but I was never like, I definitely wasn't friends with anybody I raced.
I can
all.
totally see that though, because dirt bikes is totally like that. And you're almost friends with everybody at the track in the side by side world, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's why I like it so much too. Is it's a little more laid back, but it's still serious. Like, but you don't have to be so cutthroat and so like nasty with things, which I didn't feel like I was. I was just so focused on what I had to do.
Yep.
And everybody else was kind of like trying to get where I was, or I was trying to get where they were, and it was just a battle between everybody. It's
cool to see though. And Travis, I don't know if you were like too young at the time, but Jessy actually won the Anaheim Supercross in the lights class.
You're probably like 4.
Yeah, I was young. I was probably super young.
But that's an accomplishment in itself, dude. So you're sitting next to a riding legend right next to you right now. It's pretty rad, right?
I'm so grateful to just be friends with him in general. I mean,
well, that's what a lot of people say too. Like we all look up to him for the accomplishments that he's had, but now he's turned into a better person because of the things that he does now around people and stuff, right? It's pretty rad.
Not really, but yeah, I'm kidding. No, I try to be. I've just taken things that I've been racing. I was just thinking about that the other day too when I was thinking like I just turned 27 this year, and I was thinking about like, oh, I'm kind of coming up on like the day I got injured, like in August, and all this different stuff, and I was like, 27 now. I start racing at 7. I've been racing for 20 years.
That's crazy, right?
Like,
wow.
And you're still so young.
Yeah, a long time. I've been 20 years. I've been racing.
That's nuts.
Like
dude.
put it into perspective, and I was like, wow, I never stopped.
I thought 6 was a lot.
Dude, most people, when they think of it like in a normal job, like let's just say you're a construction worker or a computer guy or something, like 20 years is so long working in a job like that.
That's what made me think about it, too, because I was watching some documentary and somebody's like, oh, I've been in the industry for 20 years and I'm an expert on this and I did all these different things. And I was like, well, shoot, I've been racing for 20 years. Like, imagine if I would have been...
What kind of expert are you in racing, right?
Yeah, or just doing something different too. Imagine anything you do for 20 years, you're going to have a different perspective on it.
Well, yeah, you're going to be a professional at it. Hey, Travis, so we already had some people. Douglas Allen said, "Tell Travis I'm watching." Stephanie Gray says, "T. Sallee," and then Loriana said hello too. And Stephanie Gray says she loves this kid. So it's cool to see that people are already joining and hanging out with us on the show, dude. I don't know how to say his name. Gillian Abel 26 says, "I want to be like Jessy when I grow up." Well, who knows how? You know who he is?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
He has my old RS1.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's that kid.
Yeah, Gillian Abel, and
is he a ripper?
Yeah, he's doing really well. First year racing. It's funny is he's put in so much effort, and I respect him so much. So same with his dad and his mom, his whole family. They're great people, but he was washing cars with his dad for when COVID came around, he wasn't at school, and then the summertime as well. But he would work hard, like really hard all the time. And his dad was like, "Well, if he wants to race, he's got to earn it." And I'm like, "That's what I did."
Yeah, exactly.
I did everything kind of. I did have help from my parents, but they made me work for it, whatever it was.
Dude, 100%.
But
if you don't, then you're never gonna learn.
Exactly. And he's that kid works hard, and he finally got the RS1. They bought it off me, and then they just went racing. And they usually camp with me, or we park near each other or something.
Dude.
But they're great people. Awesome.
And then to change the subject, actually, to be a UTV, like we've been having so many conversations lately about that dang RS1, dude. It's such a rad car to drive.
Yeah.
Have you driven one, or you have one now?
I have one. Yeah, I'm racing one, actually.
Really?
Yeah, he shreds, dude.
Is he going to be as fast as you?
That's easy. That's easy.
It's not that easy. It's harder than it looks.
Those things are so cool. Hey, we already got people on YouTube trying to guess who the little surprise guest is going to be in a second here. So I want to get into your story a little bit, Travis, and see how you got into side-by-side racing and the off-road stuff. But I think we should take a little bit of time and maybe have one of your friends come up on stage with us here.
All right.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
You want to announce it? You want Jessy to announce it, or you want me to announce it?
Up to you guys.
How about you do it?
Cadence Cowan.
What's the special thing for her today?
It's her Sweet 16.
Sweet 16 birthday. So Cadence Cowan.
Super sweet.
Yeah, has her 16th birthday today. So come on up here and join us real quick, Cadence. Why don't you bring a chair over here next to Jessy and hang out with us for just a little bit. Why don't you put on those headphones that are back there real quick? Just trying to see if we can get one of your friends actually to join us as well too. So, man, it's pretty crazy because I heard that your dad's been working out in Glamis. So put the microphone pretty close to your mouth. I heard that your dad's been working out in Glamis a lot, huh?
Yeah, he works for Polaris, and he's been out there for 2 weeks. So I've been at the house working on the car, doing stuff, getting ready for Mexico next weekend, doing all that fun stuff. And then he comes back. We head out for Mexico the next week, and then we have back-to-back races. So
Well, we already know you're busy, but I'm going to revert back to what you're doing today.
Okay.
Like, it's your dang 16th birthday, dude.
anything for Travis. We've been best friends for 6 years now. So he texted me, and he was like, "Hey, I'm going to be on the Dirt Life show. Are you down to come?" And I was
Oh,
like,
look what we got here.
Absolutely.
It looks like you got a little surprise.
No way.
Yeah, look at that
that.
thing. That thing is fancy.
Where's
Woo!
the lighter? Let's light those things up.
Dude, those are good, man.
Does nobody have a lighter?
Look at those bad boys. Hey, and it looks like we got somebody on Instagram as well that might want to say happy birthday to you, too. What's up, Trevor?
Yo, what's up, kids?
Oh, what's up, Trevor?
How are you doing, bud?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Working away.
So were you out in Glamis with Caden's dad?
I was. I went out there for a week. I came back early. I got to get some stuff ready for the Mexico trip we're going on. And Cadence is one of my best friends. It was her 16th birthday. I had to make sure we did something special for her on the show when I found out she was going to be on.
Dude, that's so cool, man. So we always talk about, and Jessy knows this, like, as a matter of fact, like, is the side-by-side community in the industry is so tight-knit, dude. Like, it is so cool for me to see that everybody came together to give her such an awesome birthday. I mean, Trevor reaching out to the Dirt Life show, and obviously everybody that we have here in the audience that helped out to get all this stuff done for you was pretty badass, kids.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. That's awesome.
It's neat that everybody come together to do that, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Have you ever celebrated a birthday at a track?
Yeah, I have like almost every year. I always race on my birthday.
Really?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you win on your birthday then?
I mean, we always try, but
It's a duh.
yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. What flavor do you think that cake is?
Smell it.
Oh, yeah, try it.
I'm not smelling.
Hey, that means I got to clean the headphones afterwards, though.
Okay, happy birthday. But what's going on in Mexico? I keep hearing Mexico, and then back-to-back races. Like,
We're going down to Mexico for the San Quintin ride with the Matlocks. So we'll be down there for a couple days, and we're taking the new Turbo S's and doing all that fun stuff down there. Have a huge group going. It's like 3 or 4 day event, so.
That'll be pretty cool.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's super cool.
So somebody that you might know, DC Motorsports, your dad, David, he just chimed in and said thank you guys very much for doing all this stuff for you today. So and I'm sure he wishes he could be here and hanging out too.
Yeah, of course. He was pretty bummed he couldn't be here to watch everything go down, but still stoked that we can get out here and support Travis and help out. So.
Hey, so I know it's your birthday, but do you have any funny stories about Travis?
I'm sure I have a bunch. I have a bunch of him.
Well, let's hear one.
Travis likes to do some not so smart things.
Like what? Are we talking about like jumping off roofs into a pool, or like what are we talking about here?
Yeah, pretty much. He likes jumping off roofs. Like we were in Idaho, a couple weeks ago, well, like a month ago or whatever. And we were at this pool. It was sweet. It was a hot springs pool. It was awesome. All the group was there. And then here's Travis. We look over, and he's climbing up on this huge embankment. And we're like, what is he doing? And he's climbing to the top and is getting ready to jump off into this 3-foot pool. We're like, what are you doing, Travis? You can't do that. And then everyone was like, Travis, get down. And then he jumps off, and we're like, he's just always doing stuff like
I don't
that.
have the
should dove
smartest
in.
ideas sometimes.
dove in.
Yeah. Get myself another concussion.
No
Yeah.
way. You got to be careful. Hey, Trevor, do you have any funny stories of Cadence?
Oh, man.
Oh, man. There's been a few for sure. I mean, I haven't known her for too long, only a few months. She's done some funny stuff. I mean, man, I can't even. How about when she rides the jet ski? We got stand-up jet skis, right?
Man.
We go out riding, and we're like cruising around, hitting some jumps and stuff. And I look over and see us sitting like crisscross applesauce in the tray, like riding the jet. I'm like, what the hell, kid?
That's
Really?
like the funnest way. That's the funnest way to ride a stand-up. You have to sit in it. It's so fun. It's like driving a race car. It slides.
Dude, I feel like that would be so gnarly on your spinal cord.
No.
Spinal.
When you race a side, when you race, yeah, when you race a side by side, your spinal cord's already all messed up. So that's already done.
You guys got to get those sponsor plug. You guys got to get those UPRC pads. I think Jesse's got a good one.
I got one.
I sat
you
in
got one too?
Travis's.
Yeah, I got one.
Hey, Jesse, put it a little closer to you.
Sorry.
Those things are bitching, though, right? Didn't you get a custom one?
Yeah. Did you as well, or did you just get the?
I just got
foam?
the normal one.
Yeah, but they're both great. I mean,
Yeah.
I wanted something that was going to be a little bit more
Yeah, form-fitting.
form-fitting for myself because you talked me into it, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, they're
I'm
perfect.
there, get it
Sold.
going. And as soon as they said, yeah, it was like 2 days after Christmas or something like that. They're like, hey,
Best Christmas present ever.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we have an afternoon open on Sunday. You can come to the shop and we'll bust it out. I'm like, all right, I'll be there.
Yeah,
Hop in the
just
truck
got in the
and
truck and
yeah.
been burned out. Yeah, that's super cool. Those guys do a good job, too. All right, Cadence, we're going to get on with the show, but please give a shout-out to whoever's helping you out for the racing season.
Most definitely DC Motorsports. Obviously, he makes everything happen and gets the job done on the car. If I have problems, gets sponsorships, all that fun stuff. So he's definitely the biggest supporter that I have out of everyone and gets everything done. But definitely Method, Tenzer, Renegade, Assault Industries, Burn Fuel, Go Fast Girls. I have a bunch, but that's...
You have tons of people.
Don't
that-
forget any.
And Pedal Commander. Pedal Commander helps us out a lot.
I actually wanted to see what one of those does.
They're so sick. They're
What is
super
it they
sick.
do, though? I don't get it.
It's a throttle response controller that you unplug the...
It's like a piggyback thing?
Yeah, it's like a twin thing, and one goes into the harness and one goes into the pedal, and it...
But it takes away that like little lag,
Yeah,
right?
it takes away the lag, and you can adjust it on the fly. It has like 4x4 mode, race mode, track mode, and like eco mode to save fuel.
So, Jesse, the way that I understood it, like what I was just reading the description on the website, was like, you know how some, like, when you get a dirt bike, like it's got a loose throttle, like, and you tighten it up?
Oh, that's pretty much it. Right
Yeah,
there.
and that's what
Yeah.
I feel like it does for a side-by-side, like makes your throttle response, like, all tight.
Yeah, my dad has one in his truck, and then I have one in the race car and the pre-runners.
In his
And-
truck, too?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are official.
Yeah, we're official.
Dude, that's pretty
Official,
crazy.
All right.
Well, I want to say thank you to everybody that actually is sitting in our audience right now, too, because they made everything happen. Travis's mom, Travis's dad, and everybody else that got everything ready. So not only did they get you that awesome cake right there, but they also had cookies made. So check these bad boys out. Do you see these, Jesse?
Oh, they had those made?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I took a photo
here.
of them earlier.
And so you got the Dirt Life cookie. Check that bad boy out. How sick is that thing? You see that, Trevor?
That's cool, but the 4.0 parts one's a
Yeah,
little bit-
The
Oh,
four
those things are
parts
super
legit.
sick.
Dude, how rad is that? And so check out the four-wheel
Those are
parts one.
badass.
The four-wheel parts one is like, dude, just give it to me for a second. I'll give it back to you. The four-wheel parts one is like icing, dude, and it's all like raised up. It's so cool. These things are
That's super rad.
Yeah, here you go, Jesse. You can eat that bad boy. Yeah,
Ooh,
so
that was a good catch.
what do you got going on, Trevor?
Oh, same old thing. Got some race prep going on. Pre-rider prep, going to Mexico. We got Vegas to Reno right after we get back from Mexico. So a lot of prep going on, working, trying to get out and play a little bit in between. But
And you're also looking out for all your homies. That's why you reached out to us. You want to say happy birthday to Cadence, right?
oh yeah, had to make that happen for sure.
Dude, it's so cool to see that you guys all care about each other so much, man.
Oh, absolutely. We're all a big family,
Well, please tell the rest of your family that we said hello, your dad, Eric, and your mom, Lucretia.
Yeah, I think my mom's watching right now in the house. So.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you very much for joining us, dude. We'll let you go.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
All right, bud. We'll see you later.
See you later.
Super cool that he was able to join us, man. I think that's cool that you have so many good friends, Cadence.
Yeah, that was awesome. He was like, I have a surprise for you Monday. And I was like, What are you talking about? I'm not going to be home.
Dude, that's the typical kid thing to do, to blow the surprise before the surprise.
It's like, don't tell me you have a surprise. That just ruins it.
That always happens.
If you tell someone it's a surprise, it's really not a surprise.
Yeah.
Good point. That's a really good point. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Well, thank you very much for sitting up here. You going to go eat some cake?
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
I'll
good.
talk to you guys. I'll see you guys on the show pretty soon, hopefully.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Perfect.
All right.
All
Happy
right.
birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
That's super cool, man. Like, I'm so proud to be part of the side-by-side community, to be able to see all this stuff happens, man. It looks like I Love Cakes, JL, said, we love you, Cadence. So it's pretty cool, like I said, to see that. All right, you want to start getting into your story a little bit here, buddy?
Yeah.
Or do you have any funny stories of Jesse before we start?
I haven't known him long enough to think of any funny stories.
I got disqualified my first side-by-side race. That's kind of fun.
Really? What happened?
Illegal pit. I didn't know you couldn't cut across the track and go to the pits.
Oh,
You're not allowed to
that's
do
not-
that,
That's
really?
not too smart, huh?
Well, I found out that it was just I needed to shut my car off and reset it. My power steering wasn't working.
But yeah,
Oh,
it was
actually,
your
I do
first
have
race,
one.
so what is it?
His throttle got stuck at Havasu, and he slammed right into the back of somebody off the water jump.
What?
Was
Oh,
it the water jump?
Dude, I got another
I
funny
hit a lot of people. It's always Havasu though. Always Havasu. That's where I
Throttle was sticking a little bit.
Yeah, I hit Chris Johnson pretty hard. Oh no, that's because I didn't have brakes. I haven't had brakes at all this year. But yeah,
Brakes are
I've
overrated.
I've had the throttle stick and hit people before. Well, not like that bad, but just a
Dude,
little.
so this one time I went to my first works race in Havasu, and I saw Jesse there, and he was getting all his stuff ready, and I would say that he was still learning most of the stuff, but his like driving skills and talent, like when I saw him like hitting braking bumps and going through corners and stuff, was phenomenal. Like I was like, dude, most people don't drive a RZR like that. Like he's like timing all these braking bumps and stuff. I'm like, I don't even know how he gets the control to be able to do that. But everything got turned around towards the end of the day because he just like he almost killed himself on the water jump. Like
Oh, yeah.
he almost died so hard. He came up like just a little bit short, just perfect on the back wheels to buck him, and he just riding this thing out. Like he was pinned, and it was the only thing that pulled him out was four-wheel drive, and it pulled him out from going over the handlebars, dude.
That's the scariest thing to me is just riding the nose and looking at the floor.
All you see is the ground.
Yeah.
Were you just holding it full wood?
Oh yeah, but that's one thing too about side by side. If you're endoing something, you can't like lift up on the bars. You can't like
Yeah.
you're along for the ride pretty
Yeah.
much. If,
Yeah,
it goes,
if you roll, you're...
if things go haywire, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so you're panic revved and it's not doing it.
Yeah, didn't go all the way over, and then as soon as wheels got back on the ground, there was like an embankment, and I was just wide open straight into that embankment.
Were you able to finish that race or no?
Yeah.
Dude, I still can't believe like some of the sections that I saw you going through was so smooth. Like everybody else is just pounding through them, right? Like wide open, going in like the two ruts or whatever. I don't know what it's called when it's like
Ruts.
two ruts, just ruts.
Train tracks.
Train tracks is what it seems like, right? And then so
ruts.
Jesse goes through and like doubles through them, like they're like little braking bumps, and then like hits one and pops up the car onto the outside rut and hits like the berm to go right before the water jump, and totally like he carried probably 3 times as much speed as everybody else did just because of the way the timing was.
Not enough though.
It was insane. Like
It wasn't quite enough.
Well, this on that lap it was, but yeah. So I don't know, man. It was just so cool to see, and I like to see that stuff because that means that the evolution of side-by-side racing is going to increase by having like people like him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be pretty badass to see what happens over the next couple of years with Jesse's side-by-side racing career. All right, so the first thing that I wanted to ask you, Travis, was how did you even get into off-road? Because, I mean, it seems like you've been doing it for a while, and you're still so young.
So I got into off-road. My dad, he raced a 9-car, and he's raced trick trucks, trophy trucks, pro trucks. He's really gone through the ranks of it, and we ended up getting my first 170. We went to a race in Lake Havasu, or no, Victorville. It was at Comp Edge, actually, and we went and sat in Caden Danbury's car for the first time, and I really liked it. And then we went home that day, and I think it was 2 weeks later, we got a 170, and I started driving it around the backyard forever, and finally I wanted to race, and we went to Lake Havasu for my first ever upgrade to the car, Empire. They got me a pipe, and then we went and got my car built by Magnum, and it all started from there.
Really? Were you scared your first race?
Not really.
You were pretty good, like calm?
I
Or
wasn't.
just excited?
I was excited.
That's pretty cool. Do you remember your first race, Jesse?
Vaguely, a little bit.
Well, how about your first side-by-side race? You remember that one?
Yeah, I just told you about it. I got disqualified.
Yeah, I know, but like on the starting line, like were you like thinking it was? You've raced.
I was more nervous for that than I had been for Supercross races. I don't
Is it
know
the
why.
unexpected?
No, I think it's just that I don't have enough experience in it.
So you kind of felt like you were just like barely cracking the surface?
Yeah, I think so. It was just like so far out of my element, like adding another 2 wheels, sitting, and everything else, like it's completely different.
How do you feel now compared to that feeling? Like, because you've got a little bit of racing experience now.
I still get pretty nervous. I don't know why. Side by side just, I don't know. It mentally just gets to me a little bit sometimes.
It's weird when you're not on top of something and like controlling it. Like I felt the same way too. Like everything feels so much slower in the car, like compared to what it does on a dirt bike, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes and no. It's so new. I don't know. It's the thing that gets me is not knowing what I need to do as far as like setup stuff like that. And I'm just and like I don't know. I just do the best I can. I haven't really had any like help with it, I guess.
So one of the things that I'm getting here, and I know from experience, but like you can overcome a lot on a dirt bike. Like you can. I guess this is far-fetched, but you can ride a stock bike and still compete against the top-level guys, right? If your talent can show that.
That is one thing that's, like...
impossible in side-by-sides.
I don't want to say, like, impossible, but, like, it's really tough to not have a setup car. Like, you're not going to out-corner somebody that much harder if your car's not set up right. You're not going to scrub a jump. You're not going to, like... manual a set of rollers harder than somebody, so you got to have that car set up so much, like it's so much more machine than it is the person, I think.
Yeah, so like if
you do have to have skill for sure. Don't get me wrong on that. And like yes, you need to have that determination and that drive to be a racer, but as far as when it comes to like that gap between where like before I could go and get in like the stock class or race my stock bike in the mod class, but I could out corner, I could scrub, or whatever it may be, I could get a good start because I was a good starter.
Yep.
Side by side, if you don't have...
I was a horrible starter.
If you don't have a motor or an engine or, a good clutching or good suspension or tire setup or wheel setup or whatever it may be.
Yep.
Like the gap is just a little bit bigger.
Yeah, exactly. But that whole thing, like it changes the whole industry. I feel like it does two things. Like first of all, you need to be good at two things. You need to be good at driving, and then at second, you need to be good at setup preparation and making the car get to the top level, right? Mm-hmm. So it totally changes the whole game, because you have to be good at both of those things. Stuff that Travis is learning now, like with working on trophy trucks and doing different things like that. But it also puts it in a different perspective, right? Because now it evens out the playing field for some of the driving capabilities of people. And that's why I brought up at the beginning of the show is your driving skills are bar none. They're way better than anything that I did in my side-by-side racing career. And
I don't think so. I think you're just hyping it up.
Honestly, dude, when I saw you and the difference between you and those other drivers was phenomenal. Like it was night and day difference. And those guys are professional drivers, and you came in with less experience and you were doing those things. Your car wasn't set up. But and I'm just not trying to toot your horn here. I'm literally telling you that that's the way it's going to be for the rest of your career, because you have that advantage from the dirt bike stuff.
I hope so. I need something, because hand controls aren't easy.
Yeah, but you're doing a fantastic job, and learning all that stuff is what you have to do now, right? Like Travis has an advantage on you because he's learning it from a young age, and he's going to have that clear advantage when he's 27 years old. So, like, that is where the gap comes in. And
yeah, absolutely. And he's got a powerhouse of knowledge from his dad and people like that around him that have that experience. And I mean, just figuring it out and learning it all is it's a big task.
Dude, it is.
I'd like clutching, like. I always ask Braden Baker clutching stuff. I've never touched my.
Still hard to understand for me.
I've never touched my clutch or adjusted it or anything. I've just put new ones in when I need it. But
It's still like rocket science to me too.
Yeah, I don't know how it works or like even where to start or anything.
They would be cool that if you could just be like, hey, clutch guy, come over here and just figure this stuff out.
Yeah, like I need it to go point A, point B faster.
Actually, you know what? You might be able to answer, or both of you guys might be able to answer this. So, like, why does everybody do clutching like right before the race? Because like, why can't you do it like on the way, like a week before? Why do they do it at the track? Is it because it changes when you get to the track or something?
I mean, track constantly changes depending on how rut it is, how rough it gets.
So it's like putting a different sprocket on your bike, like you change the clutching?
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you. I've never done it.
Yeah, me neither. Dang, that's crazy, dude.
I have no clue.
I mean, I just know from the 570, basically.
Oh, that you could change gearing and stuff?
I mean, you can't change gearing, but you could change clutching. Just makes it faster, makes it torquier.
Oh, I thought you said 170. So 570, yeah, because the 570 still has the same clutch. Dang, that's crazy, dude. See, that's an advantage that we need to get you over here, Jesse.
I just need to get on YouTube and just start watching a bunch of videos. But half the time, you don't know who's got the real knowledge and who doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I have an adjustable clutch weight setup from Evolution Power Sports, but I have never.
Yeah, you don't know which ones you
I
use.
haven't played with it yet, and every time I want to go out and test or do something, it's like, oh, the car needs a lot of work. I don't really getting a little low on parts.
Yeah,
like I don't want to go out. I don't want to go out and hammer it.
Yeah.
Like I just keep it fresh.
And plus, clutching is the last thing you're going to think of, right? Yeah, I agree, though, because like when I had that RS1 that Craig Scanlon lent me, my SMG shirt on today, all I did was just ask the guys at Evolution Power Sports what clutch to put in it, and I just did that, and then I just left it.
Yeah, it was good. It was good, huh?
I had no idea whether it was good or not. I just put it in there and ran it.
Okay.
I don't know what it was bad, what was good, or whatever. I just went and did it. But those guys, like what Travis is learning now, is going to be like super beneficial in the future because he's going to understand how it feels to have good, bad, whatever.
Let your mind be a sponge. Absorb it.
All right, so you got into off-road because your dad's in it, huh?
Yeah, my dad, he's still in it. He's racing with the Romos right now. He's going to go do Vegas Strino with them.
Are you going to go up there too?
Yeah, hopefully.
Are you going to be part of the pit crew?
I mean, most of the time I am. I walk around a lot, but most of the time I'm there for them, and I support.
What do you mean you walk around a lot?
Just go to different pits.
Oh, just hanging out?
Yeah.
That's probably why he doesn't want you to go, because you're always walking around. You got to be helping out.
He just needs to know that I'm in Nevada. I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Oh, I
somewhere,
gotcha.
but I'm there.
That's pretty crazy, right?
I can't imagine having a kid. I don't know if I can do that one.
You're always trying to run after them. If they're chasing you, you're like, where the hell is my kid?
I don't know. I was a pain in the ass as a kid, so I don't know. I'll probably be the same way. Or mine will probably be even worse.
I don't know. Your mom and dad seem like they're pretty cool, man, if you're that big of a pain in the butt.
I don't know. We'll see.
All right, Travis. So you got into off-road because of your dad, and you liked it. So that's what you started driving the 170 and having a little bit of fun. Like, when did you think, like, all right, well, now I actually want to do this. Like, this is something fun for me.
Whenever I got into my 570, I was like, I want to do this. I want this to be my lifestyle. I mean,
Really?
it's going to be hard along the way.
Do you remember how old you were at the time?
3.
I know. That's why I'm baffled because, like, I feel like he's so young right now that, like, I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do at 14. Did you? Well, I guess, yeah, you kind of did, yeah.
I did, but I didn't know a way to go about it.
Yeah.
I did everything wrong. But that's how you learn.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
the only way is just do everything the wrong way. Or if you have some guidance or somebody like your dad or whoever to tell you or help you with it, listen. Because that's the one thing I did do.
I'm really bad at that.
Hey, I know a guy that says, let your mind be a sponge. That was good advice.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. But
Famous
it's a
words
lot
of Jesse Nelson.
It's a lot easier to teach it than to absorb it,
Yeah, I can agree with that. So when you're going through all of the, like, you're getting in the 170 and you're doing all this stuff, are you old enough to be able to comprehend how much work your dad is putting in to be able to support the program?
It's really hard to. I mean, I still don't understand how much work he puts in. I try and be out there as much as I can. Sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I am. He does a lot of the work for me, but I'm trying to learn more and more slowly. And slowly it's coming, but he just has to teach me more.
I think no matter what, the the parents know best, right? They'll teach you as much as they need to because they can understand how much you can actually soak in with your sponge. But for the most part, it seems like you're able to learn quite a bit because the other day when I was messaging your mom back and forth, she said you were out working on a trophy truck.
Yeah. I do go out there with my dad to Rick Johnston's shop. He has the ITE stuff there, which is a trophy truck team.
That's pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy how much of a different machine it is compared to my RS1. I mean, my RS1 shocks, I thought those were big. Then you look at trophy truck shocks, and they're like 3 of those.
Massive.
Yeah.
That's one thing I want to do one day is at least drive a trophy truck once.
At least get the opportunity to sit in the driver's seat and go
Just
for it.
sit in it, actually. That'd be even cool right there.
Start the engine.
Yeah.
I think you could actually probably pull that off. You might know a couple people.
It's crazy. Like in a trophy truck, you could take that dash off, and it's plugged. Everything that's on the dash that you can look at, like where it says the gears and everything, it's all plugged in by just one big outlet.
Oh, because of the wiring harness, you mean?
It's just one big circle, and it plugs in, and everything shows up.
That's pretty cool, man. And you're talking about the instrument panel?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool that you're learning all that stuff because that's the way a wiring harness is built. And most of those, like even in a Polaris, like the one Jessy drives or the one that you drive, like all of that stuff feeds into something, some sort of sensor, some sort of, I don't know, anything. Data, it all feeds into something. So that's cool that you're able to understand it now.
Yeah.
Building a wiring harness, maybe not so much just yet, right?
I
That's
can't
hard.
imagine that. I don't know how those guys
That's
do
what
it.
Chris at Benchmark's for.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
He knows everything about that.
He can build them too? Yeah, I don't get
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
how
he
people
built the
do
one
that.
for my 250 car, which has CRF 250 internals in it, and that thing's a fully different machine.
You know Chris from Benchmark used to work for Factory Honda, right? Dirt bike stuff, yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he always has old Honda motorcycles. and
He's
stuff.
he's official.
He's a Honda fan for sure too.
Dude, yeah, Honda
He's official. He's
Smart,
not official.
super smart
He's
dude.
Official.
So he's one of the guys that you have on your team helping you out, right?
Yeah, he's helped us out with the 250 and the 570, and hopefully next year when I move into stock, he's going to help me with my RS1. I mean, at UTV Worlds, we're probably going to get a pipe and stuff for that because, I mean, stock car, it's hard to keep up with these cars with more horsepower. I mean, like Jessy was saying, it's a lot of the driver, but it's a lot of the machine at the same time. You
Right.
have to have a good car under you to keep up with Ethan Groom. I mean, at races like that where you can have more stuff done to your car, it's hard to keep up.
Yeah, it is.
Got to pay to play, dude.
Well,
That's the way it goes.
yeah, but you also have to learn to play too, right? Like we were always a budget team. Even when I started out in the 1000 class, like we didn't have a bunch of money to compete with all the factory guys, but I just learned and tried a bunch of stuff. I didn't know what I was doing with the clutch, but I got it good enough to be able to stay at the front of the pack. Like so at that point, like if you were at least in the top 3, then maybe you're not going to win, but at least you're battling up there with those guys and having fun and being able to at least dice around and learn more.
Yeah, you're up there. I mean, at Idaho, we came off, I was 3rd, and we came to the bridge, and I kind of touched with Ethan and kind of went down into a ditch, and I came from 4th, and I saw Caden and Ethan, and I just pushed that little extra bit, and I caught up to him, and I was able to be up there and battle with them.
Dude, how pumped were you at that point?
It was a mixture of anger and being like super happy that I'm up there because this year I came into the class and I was expecting to be mid-pack, like anywhere from 5th to 10th. I wasn't expecting to be up there winning and being in front of Ethan.
Yeah, or being at least battling up there with those guys. So Jessy can definitely attest to this. Do you remember like when you first got the ability to like battle against some of your other guys, maybe 80s to super minis or super minis to B class or whatever, and then like all of a sudden you're like, whoa, like I can do it up at the front of the pack.
Yeah, it was weird because back then we had like the youth, or not, well, it's youth for you guys. So imagine racing Youth 1000 and then going and racing just like what is it? The
Turbo.
Yeah, or turbo, something like that. So I'd race like 7 to 11, but then they'd also have Super Mini, which they didn't have. Now they have like 3 different versions of Super Mini. But back then I was 11 or 12 years old because of the age, and I could go race Super Mini, which was like 11 to 16 or something like that. So
And you were barely there.
I'd be 11 or 12, and I'd be racing Tomac.
Yeah.
Or like Anderson, and they'd be like 15, 16 years old on a Super Mini.
Yeah. So it's the same kind of concept.
And then when you start finally like realizing that you can hang with those guys, it's a big boost of confidence. And then I think you having that drive and being able to chase somebody is a big help too. Because like in Taft, you were out front the whole time.
Yeah.
And then
In
Idaho, you were chasing somebody, and it's like that rabbit effect. You're always just chasing something.
At Taft, I mean, I made a few mistakes, and Ethan saw me, and he pushed that extra 10 feet, that extra corner. Where at Idaho, I saw them, and I pushed that extra 10 feet, that extra corner. Just going that little bit faster makes such a big difference.
Yeah, just watching people. Sometimes they'll come into a corner a little bit too sharp of an angle, and you're like, oh, he had to lock the brakes up. If I move over 4 feet this way, I can make that arc and that apex just a little bit more opened up and carry your speed.
Yeah.
Just little things like that you can pick up.
Which did you like better, Travis? Did you like being out front and being the chased, or do you like being the chaser?
I like being the chaser because it's almost like there's blood in the water. You see them and you go. I mean,
Yeah.
Unless there's dust.
Yeah,
unless
exactly.
there's dust, that changes everything.
Do you get a different feeling when you're driving like that? Do you get more adrenaline and you get like that concentration and like in your zone?
It's just like, it's different. It's just you see them and you're like, okay, there they are. I'm going to catch them.
Yeah.
You just have that mentality to be like, they're there. I'm going to catch them. I'm going to get in front.
Yeah, makes total sense. And you learn those things at such a young age. Like, did you have that same feeling when you were driving the 170 as well?
In the 170, it's nowhere near as fast, but it was almost that same thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite there because you can't, in the 170, you really can't drive out of anger because you have to carry so much momentum through the corners because they have little to no horsepower. I mean, it's there, they have horsepower, but it's
you
just
can't mess up and recover.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes total sense. And that's like kind of like what Jessy was dealing with on dirt bikes. Like on a 450, you can recover a lot easier than you can on a 250F.
Oh, yeah. I like riding a 450 so much more.
Yeah.
I mean, you get kind of, and it's not lazy. It's like you can focus more on your riding or your, what you're trying to do as far as like, oh, I want to hit this corner smooth and come out and hit this jump instead of like, oh, I need to be balls to the wall wide open just so I can maybe clear that jump.
Yeah, exactly. We got a few other comments that came through. Lucretia said, happy Sweet 16 Cadence. I think I might have said that already. Yvette said, she was answering somebody else. And then Richard Harding said, what's up, Dirt Life? So thank you guys all for joining us and hanging out with us today. We really appreciate it. So what age were you when you graduated the 170 class?
I think I was 12. Yeah, 12, because that's when you age out. And then 570, I think it's 12 to 16.
That gap, like after 170s, like because you're already in a RS1, like that's pretty quick to like go up and do all those ranks. I feel like that's like going from a 60 to a 250F like right away.
Oh yeah.
Like
So-
what's the in between?
The thing with me is what sponsors like a lot, what I've learned, is they like seeing people go through the ranks. They don't like seeing people go from 170 straight to RS1. They like seeing them go 170, 250, 570, RS1. And maybe if you weren't ready for the RS1, just then you could go 800, 900. But that's whatever you want to do.
But that's another thing too, is like those are the smaller classes and they're not as stacked. There's not as much
Yeah.
competition there. Like they want to see you racing the cream of the crop. You want to be pushing yourself, whether you're getting fifth and you're getting fifth every time or you're getting sixth, third, whatever it may be. Like that's where you need to be. That's where you're going to learn more. You're going to learn more getting fifth or fourth or third is second, sixth, top,
Than just winning all the time.
than just winning a class that nobody's even in. And yeah, it looks good on paper, but it's not really doing anything for you.
Yeah, I can agree. And that's like what Jesse was just going back to with his motocross stuff. Like he's 11 years old racing 15, 16-year-olds. Whether he gets his butt served or not, like it doesn't really matter because he's out there learning way more than everybody
Yeah, you're
else.
constantly learning. You're seeing what people can do. You're seeing what people can hit.
How
on
do
the
you feel
bigger
like
bikes.
now that you're up in those classes?
It's not a super big change, but going from just the power difference. I mean,
Okay, so you're talking about it's not a super big change because you're racing against some of the similar drivers, but you have a different vehicle?
yeah, I've raced with Ethan Groom since I was my first ever race. I mean, I've always raced with him. I raced my first ever UTV Worlds with him, and me and him battled the whole entire race.
That's cool. Have you ever had an art travel like that, Jesse?
I've had a lot, yeah. I don't, like I said, I was never friends with anybody. But now racing side by sides, it's like I'm friends with everybody. I'm just a little bit more different mindset, I think. You know, it's like we're all here for the same reason. We like doing the same things. I think I just never looked at it that way because I was just pretty much to everybody. You know,
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna win.
Yeah, I just shut everybody out that I was racing with, and now I'm like, well, maybe I can help them or they can help me, and it can come around again later. Or
there is a lot of stuff.
We're all here for the same reason. We're having fun, and it's what we like to do.
That's actually kind of cool that you bring that up now too, is because, like I said, I went to my first works race and it was in Havasu, and I didn't really know anybody. Like I knew Jessy just a little bit, and then I knew Caden and a couple other people. But Jesse's like, yeah, dude, go over and talk to the Millers. Like, they're super cool. And then so that's actually how I met Cody and Hunter Miller, like because of Jessy.
Yeah, they're awesome people.
Yeah, and so that's exactly what I'm talking about the camaraderie aspect of it. Because in dirt bikes, I would have never walked up to anybody.
No, never. Not a chance. I definitely wouldn't be drinking beers with them either.
Drinking beers with the Texas boys. Hey, have you ever gone to Texplex, either of you?
No.
Dude, I've gone out there. You would do fantastic out there, Jessy. I think, Travis, you would love it. It might take you a little bit to, get a little bit more of the dirt bike feel because it's, way more sendy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but Jessy would love it, dude.
I don't know. It looks pretty fast.
If
you tuck on one of those, it's like...
Yeah, some of those cars, if
you're going for a ride.
Yeah, if you wad it up, you're probably not going to finish the rest of the weekend. But if you're good at timing stuff, you're going to be really fast there. Really fast.
I think I would do good with the flat track stuff because of how long I've raced Lucas for. I mean, don't get me wrong, 170 and RS1 completely different, but
are you good with line selection?
Yeah.
Like you can pick good line selection, you know where's faster. So let's just say you have a Daytona sweeper. And in that Daytona sweeper, there's 3 different lines, just like kind of in NASCAR. You have one that you come in real high, and then you come down and you shoot low, and you have a lot of speed coming out of the corner. And then you have the opposite where you come in low and you go high, and then you have a middle one that keeps your momentum around the whole thing. Like, are you able to tell those different things during the race on which one's going to be faster because of the way that it feels?
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of drivers can't feel that same thing. Like, they'll just be like, oh, that's the one line I'm going to hit. I'm going to hit it the whole time. Never, ever stray from that.
And also, it depends on really if there's a lapper there, if there's another car there. I mean, sometimes you have to change lines.
And you're able to see that in advance?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man, because a lot of people can't do that.
One thing my dad has always taught me, look ahead.
Yeah.
Obviously look at what you're driving, but look ahead, look what's there. Is there a rolled over car there? Is there a broken car there? Is there a slower car there? Is there a lapper? Is there something there that could mess me up?
We got a comment from Dusty Summit. You might know that guy, Jason. He said, Jessy, when are you going to race in the desert?
Pass. I'd love to go race desert. I think it'd be cool given the right opportunity. But then again, it's also kind of it's kind of expensive.
It needs to be a building block opportunity, right? It needs to be driving somebody else's car at maybe half of a race or something like that, learning it.
That's another thing too. Is I don't want to go build an entire car. Just go do something that I don't even know if I'll like. I mean, I love the dry desert type driving aspect of it, but when it comes to getting everything ready for it, I don't know if I'd be up for that.
It's a lot of freaking
I'd need a
work.
lot of help.
The amount of actual labor that goes into it is tenfold.
Yeah, I'm working day and night just to even get to the races that I'm doing now. I mean, Hammers was a mission. We worked on the car till it was going up to the line. I didn't even get to drive it.
How much fun did you have out there? Do you like it?
Oh, I had a lot of fun.
Because that's a total different race.
Yeah, I loved it. I wasn't sure if I'd want to do it again, but before we even got to the race, before we even started the race, we were already planning for the next year.
Really?
We're already talking.
Have you ever
about
done that race, Travis?
No.
It looks gnarly, right?
That stuff looks, waterfall or backdoor.
Dude,
that stuff looks gnarly.
How was it out there?
How was backdoor?
Who's backdoor?
Oh, man.
No, we didn't do backdoor, actually. Or did they? I don't know. Maybe on lap 2. I broke on the first lap, but I was doing decent. I just had a lot of issues. We didn't have fuel cell. Communications were a little spotty. GPS was a little But it was just just a combination of different things. But
that's why
it was
it's called
first time,
racing
though.
and not winning.
What was that?
That's why it's called racing and not winning.
Yeah, it was a huge learning experience, and that was the biggest thing for me, really, was to just get my feet wet and understand how it worked and what it really takes to go do an event like that. And it was pretty incredible, like how some people are just so prepared for it and they know exactly what to do, but they've been doing it for years. So
yeah, that experience is like, yeah, exactly. So do you have any ambitions of actually doing that race, Travis? Because the race looks crazy.
I mean, I wouldn't mind doing it one day once I get into desert if my dad's up for it.
See, does he want to be the winch man? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
I
Hey, you're
see
the one with all the co-driving experience.
I see a big fat no for that. He's probably going to try to make you be the winch guy the first year.
Dude, I could never be a co-pilot.
Really?
It's just so scary.
I could do either one.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really care.
Terrifying.
Yeah, I didn't mind.
I just can't. I won't even go in the car if somebody else is driving.
Really?
Nope.
We already actually were trying to set me up for a passenger seat ride at the UTV World Championship this year. So,
With who?
one of my buddies. I'm not going to say anything just yet. But yeah, so he wanted.
It's Craig, isn't it?
No,
Lies.
that would be kind of cool to ride with him though.
Keith's got that spot unlocked.
Yeah,
Let's talk about something different though. What's
What?
your favorite food? What do you like to drink? What do you like to? What's
I
your
like
hobby?
In-N-Out a lot.
Oh yeah, In-N-Out. It's so good.
Yeah, In-N-Out is pretty good. We made it down to the Baja 500. We ate tacos for like the whole week, and it was fantastic. But as immediately when we crossed the border, first In-N-Out, we pulled in. We were like, yeah, it's America.
Throw all your underwear away for the week. And move on from there, pretty much.
It wasn't that bad, dude. I got a
So,
stomach of steel.
If you're gonna go to In-N-Out, what are you gonna get?
Double.
Onion? No onion? Cheese?
No
lettuce?
onion.
Tomato?
Animal sauce?
No onion, no tomato with the sauce.
Gross. I'm kidding.
What do you get? Let's hear what you get.
Dude, the secret menu.
I change it up every time, honestly. I'll do protein, or I'll do regular, or I'll do double, whole grilled onion, not chopped up, mustard fried patty,
Dude, look at this guy.
lemonade, and that's it.
Dude, that's like all secret menu stuff right there.
Oh, wait, if you get it mustard fried, pickles on the side. 'Cause
Really?
They add pickles to it. Yeah.
Dang, dude, you're going official. You know you can get chopped chilies on your burger too?
I didn't know that.
That's what I run. It's so good. And you get your fries well done?
Nah.
You got to try it.
You guys know so much more about In-N-Out.
They literally have a secret menu. We were driving across
animal fries were on the secret menu, but then everybody
That's
kinda
day
found
one
out about
stuff,
it.
man.
Yeah, that's day one stuff. We were driving across the country, and my crew chief was like looking up all the secret menu stuff because they have like a secret In-N-Out Bible online. It's crazy, dude. You have to check it out.
So what else? So, what do you like to do for fun? Don't say side by side.
I was
Something
going to say
else.
that. I ride dirt bikes a lot.
110s.
Mm-hmm.
No mountain bikes.
I do ride mountain bikes a lot too.
BMX.
Nah.
No. All right.
I ride dirt bikes. I game. I ride mountain bikes.
All right. What are you playing for games here? Let's hear this game. Eric. What are you playing?
I play a lot of Beam and P, which is basically trophy truck stuff, just racing with everybody.
Oh, really?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You got a sim set up or no?
I have a sim, but I got to get a bunch of stuff done to it because where the steering wheel mounts, it like goes right through the middle, and I can't reach the brake because I have a 3-pedal layout.
Zip tie a block on it.
Dude, yeah. Simple.
Done.
We had a couple
has-
comments come in. Johnny Coltura said that the King of the Hammers does look pretty fun. Nothing beats Baja Desert Racing. You got to do it. And then Ethan Groom said, I think it's time for Jessy to get an In-N-Out sponsorship. I do too.
Yeah, I think it's about that time.
Let's be pretty official.
I mean,
In-N-Out.
it would look good on the side of the car for sure.
It would go with your colors.
Yeah, it'd be great. Maybe one day.
So Douglas Allen says, ask Travis about the Wave Runner. What does that mean?
Oh, the Wave Runner. So there's wake boats and there's big wakes, and we decided to go full pin.
What lake are you at?
Parker.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or river. But there's wake boats, and then there's like 4 wakes in a row, and we just go pinned and clear all of them. I thought I was going to die.
How
I
high
really
were
thought-
you? Jesus Christ, dude.
I don't know how high we were, but all I know is we cleared all 4, and I thought I was going to die.
Dude, that sounds pretty gnarly, man. That's far.
I was sitting in the middle, so I was pretty secure, but I still had the feeling. I mean, we flipped the Wave Runner, actually.
ATV of the ocean right there. Or lake. You know.
Was it pretty scary?
It was pretty scary. Because he would go through them so sketchy. He would go through them sideways, and I thought I was going to swap every time and just high side and fly off.
What does swap mean?
Fishtail, basically.
Okay.
You've never heard that word before, have you, Jesse?
I was just checking.
Hey,
For other people, I don't know. Maybe somebody doesn't know.
So we got Ashton Perfect's going to call in at 6:10, so we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Justin, the founder of Shock Therapy. Shock Therapy has been around for 5 years, but we have personally been tuning suspension on off-road cars and race vehicles for over 25 years. We tune between 10 and 15 cars per day, every single day of the week. Our concentration is tuning shock systems and supplying components that improve the ride quality of your car in many ways. Not only do we work on the average UTV, but we also tune suspension for race teams and professional drivers. We currently tune for over 87 race teams in Best in Desert and Score. Our clients and race teams rely on our suspension components to allow them to win races and keep them safe. Suspension is a moving target. We are always trying to hit that target with every customer that we work with. Each customer's needs can be different, and we tune our kits accordingly. Our research and development never stops. We improve our components every single day. As the industry evolves and improves, so do our parts and kits. As of right now, we have over 100 products for UTVs. So when you bring your car to us, you have the satisfaction of knowing that you have the most experience, the highest quality products, and the fact that your car is being tuned specifically to you.
Zollinger Racing builds the best aftermarket products available. Products for your UTV or snowmobile, including billet radius rods, billet tie rods, billet steering knuckles, billet steering racks, alternator kits, and much more. All manufactured in the United States in-house at their headquarters in Nibley, Utah. Travis Zollinger and his team test in some of the most brutal conditions, racing in places like the Best in the Desert Mint 400, Ultra 4 King of the Hammers, UTV World Championships, and many more. Visit ZollingerRacingProducts.com and use the code DIRTLIFE to get 10% off your next purchase, and join us on social media at Zollinger Racing Products to see our products in action. Zollinger Racing, the best products, period. Yeah, finally, we got Lance from Solderweld in the studio. Thanks for coming down, bud. Hey, why don't we just record a commercial now?
Yeah, why not? So good to be here, man. It's been a lot. I've been trying to get down here forever, and I wanted to talk about the off-road kit.
Dude, I love those things. I got it in my pack.
Yeah, we're running hundreds of vehicles now running them, whether it's a UTV or some guy's got it in a backpack on his motocross. He's got everything he needs to make a fix right there on the fly, out on the trail, or in the desert, whatever it is.
Well, since I've already used one, I kind of know what to use it for, but explain what it does.
All right, so let's pull one out real quick. You've got your aluminum rods. Remember, they're rods, right? So, light torch, small torch. You can throw it in there or throw it on the rig with your flux. It decontaminates and cleans like, let's say, a radiator. You get a random rock chip runs through as you're racing. You get a rock chip in a radiator. You got to fix it right there or you're out of the race.
You can patch it up.
You can patch it up. It's all good to go.
Yep, just like welding.
Yeah, also as well with that, you've got a brake line fix. So with your flux, you can fix a brake line, stainless steel, and then your hot block, heat absorption putty. So it keeps you from getting burned, number one, as well as keeps the heat from traveling. So it's really nice.
I've used this not even to fix anything, so that stuff works so good, man.
Listen, it's easy. It straps in nicely so that you have everything you need in one little place, and you don't have to carry a big bag in
it's
the
like a first aid kit for your vehicle.
Yeah, Chase trucks have it as well, so that if they need to make a fix on the fly, they can get it done and get it done quick and get you back in the race.
Dude, those things are so cool. All right, so it's at Solderweld on Instagram, Facebook, and solderweld.com.
Awesome.
All right, thanks, bud.
Appreciate it.
right, we are back. Thank you guys again so much for joining us on episode 94 of the Dirt Life Show. Really appreciate all you guys hanging out with us for the night. Monday nights, man. Always having fun on the weekends. Did you guys see all the racing on the weekend? Did you watch the motocross?
Mm-hmm.
The Spring Creek National?
We watched some of it.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. What did you think of it?
Kenny slammed hard in the first corner of the first moto.
Yeah, but he also slammed everybody else super hard in that second moto and
His
freaking worked
teammate-
everybody.
His teammate went flying.
Dude, it was crazy. All right, enough about motocross. All right, so I want to get into a day in the life of Travis. What's a day in the life like with Travis Sallee?
My dad leaves for work, wakes me up every morning at 6:30, and then I go back to sleep. Then my mom wakes me up at 8, and then I take the dog that we're fostering right now from Jessy, Myron. He's the best dog in the world.
Emily got you a foster dog?
Well, we're fostering him for now.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool, though.
Oh, well, he's our dog because he's gone to my grandma's.
That's cool. Put the mic a little closer to your mouth.
All right.
That's cool, though.
But yeah, so we do that, and then I eat breakfast and stuff, and then I'll probably get on my PC for a little bit.
And stuff, though. What do you mean by that? And what,
I know,
what do you
man.
have
you
for
gotta-
breakfast? Yeah, give us some details. What do you,
Make this Instagram, famous, dude.
who's the first person you wake up in the morning and you text on your phone?
Her, right there, Bree.
Bree?
Yeah.
Right on.
I wake up.
Here,
I
hold on.
text her.
Let me hear. Let me. Who wants to point to Bree? Everybody point to Bree right now. That girl right there. The girl in the red.
So we do that, and then.
Oh, we want to know what you're texting.
Yeah,
dude.
what is Bree to you? And to you, Bree, and Bree to you.
Gotta ask all these questions, huh?
It's a day in the life of Travis Sallee, man. We gotta know.
Hey,
Pass.
All your fans want to know, dude.
all this happened to me when I was like 14, so I just reliving it, and I love it.
Trust me, my dad does it every day to me.
All your fans want to know. Who's Bree?
When you are in the shop helping your dad, maybe not text Bree. Just help him out.
Sometimes I want to hit him over the head with the sway bar.
I'm sure the feeling is mutual.
Yeah. Where did that anger come from, Dad?
Dead.
That's funny. All right, so keep taking us through a day. If you don't want to explain who Bree is, then just go past that. But
Maybe later on.
okay.
But
Which means no.
Yeah. So then we go and I kind of just hang out all day until my dad gets home. Then that's when we really.
You're
go
not doing
outside.
school or anything?
I'm on summer break.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's all right, but
It's July.
yeah.
But then my dad gets home and we go outside and we start working on our 900 that we're currently rebuilding for my grandpa. Decide to roll it down a hill, and then the tow trucking company decided to drag it the rest of the way down the hill. So it was all messed up, and we got it all fixed up and almost done. Got to do seat belts.
And that's every day you're doing this to a 900?
Seatbelts? How many days you gotta do seatbelts?
Yeah, exactly.
Just maybe an hour.
Okay, well, I really
Politics.
wanted to know what a day in the life of Travis was, but that sounded pretty boring, man. I gotta admit, I guarantee
days-
you're doing more fun stuff. Like, you get to go riding bicycles. Are you doing go karts? Are you doing dirt bikes? Like,
Weekends,
when are you
we
working
go
on
mountain.
cars?
Me and Jake, which is my sister's husband, we go mountain biking a fairly decent amount. That's really fun on the weekend. We go to Big Bear.
Nice. I've always wanted to go up there. Did you get to do that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Is it?
I like it. Mammoth's a lot funner, I think.
How sketchy are they though? Because I'm not that good of a mountain bike rider.
So there's a couple of different trails. There's Going Green, which is basically switchbacks all the way down the mountain. And then my favorite trail, because it has a lot of jumps in it, is Party Wave. Starts
That
out
actually
with-
sounds pretty fun.
It's
Radical, really.
yeah, it's pretty radical, dude. But we go down there, and then there's this one really big hit that I just sky.
Really?
I think I have a video.
Sender.
Of it on my phone. Sender, bud.
Nice, man. Well, I don't know. I
Yeah,
feel like
my days
you
are
do.
pretty boring.
I feel like you do so much more, man. Like, to operate a racing program, your dad can't just do it all. Like, you got to be helping him.
He
Yeah, you
doesn't
call
do all of
sponsors
it.
and order stuff. What are you doing?
My mom's in charge of that. That's what my mom does.
Are you learning at least?
From my dad?
Your mom's not teaching you crap about getting sponsors? That's the most important part, dude.
Nope. She kind of just does it without any regard. She kind of just texts them and then doesn't tell us about it.
You got some pretty good sponsors, though, so
Sometimes.
she's doing a good job for you, at least.
She's doing a very good job. I'm very grateful for both of them.
All right, well, let me simplify these questions for you a little bit then. What's your favorite thing to do during the day?
Ride my 110
Right on. So where are you going to do that at?
in my backyard.
You got a cool track in your backyard or what?
I mean, it's not super cool, but there's a downhill and an uphill and basically 2 turns.
And you got some jumps on it, too, or what?
I got one individual jump.
What'd you build it with?
A shovel.
Really?
Dirt and a shovel.
How long did it take you to do that? Because I feel like that's total.
Actually, it took 4 of us to build it. It's a pretty good jump.
Nice. There you go. See? Now you're out there actually getting stuff done, right? So do you get to ride with your buddies at least?
Not as much anymore. They skate a lot now, and they go to Woodward and stuff and just do all that. They don't.
Yeah. So
I kind of got ditched, so.
Really? Why, because you don't like skateboarding?
I mean, no, I skate, but not as much as they do.
Oh, okay. Well, the off-road guys, that's usually what tends to happen. Like, Jessy, when he was growing up, too, like, if he had friends that didn't do stuff like motocross, then usually he would probably be doing something with motocross.
All my friends were pretty much rednecks. We just fished.
That's what you had to do?
Yeah. No, I mean, I had friends that were skaters and everything, but we all just find something mutual we could all kind of get along and do and have fun with.
Yeah, exactly. So how often do you get to hang out with your buddies then?
Probably a few times a week. I hang out with my friend Chase a lot.
Right on.
We ride. That's basically my dirt bike riding buddy.
Nice. So do you see a lot of those dirt bike riding skills transferring over into side-by-sides like what Jesse's done?
Not really, because it's not like I'm going to Paul or something and actually going on a track where there's big ruts and jumps and all that. It's just kind of fun, mess around, ride with each other, and we take each other out in a lot of corners.
But you can see, like, all that stuff prepares you for things. Like, I always tell everybody, when you're training your mind and you're seeing, like, all these little stuff, when you're connecting all those things visually and with your hands and doing all these different things, there's visual receptors that are in your brain. And that means that, like, even if you're on your mini bike track at home, you can see things differently when you get to a racing environment because you can see quicker or you can see react quicker.
Reaction time, yeah.
Yeah, and Jessy knows all about
Especially when you guys are playing those little takeout battles. When you come inside of somebody, they're on the outside, you're on the inside, and you're going to block them so they can't come under you. Mm-hmm. Hit the brakes a little bit, and they can't go back under you or get back tight to the other side. Same thing with side-by-side. And
yeah,
it all kind of like correlates
just
around, transfers over. But
have to be a little more careful with touching wheels because you could go flying.
Yeah, but I think mentally that's what changes it, is having that experience or that just another training tool that doesn't cost you as much money as a side-by-side. And there's tons of things, too. I mean, there was, like, when I would race motorcycles, we were on a gate, or now it's a flag, so it's kind of like you could jump it. You can do kind of, it's not very consistent, I don't think, but like sitting at a stoplight and you watch that thing and just, like, your reaction time, as soon as that thing switches to green, like, go. Yep. Like, even in my truck, like, I would just blast every freaking green light. Just.
I'm sure you think that stuff all the time, huh?
Yeah, whenever I didn't have my RS1 all put together, I would practice my starts on my 110 with my mom. She would have a flag out there. She would kind of point and then just throw the flag. And I started getting it down. Actually, kind of funny, whenever I raced the 250, my nickname was Hole Shot. Never got a hole shot once because I would go whenever the flag's up here and it's waving, and I wasn't the best at that. And then all of a sudden something clicked and I started getting good at starts. And
hey, so we had a comment come in that Shelby says, Travis, what is your motto?
My motto?
I'm assuming it was when you said send it, get send it.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. So, hey, we got Ashton Perfect on the line. What's up, buddy? How are you?
How's it going, guys?
We're doing awesome, man. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Hey, so I asked you before if you had any funny stories of Travis. Do you have any funny stories?
Yeah, I got a couple.
All right.
I'm prepared. Kind of.
The funny story question has been killing me today, dude. Like, I asked all the kids to be prepared, and not one of them was prepared. Every single one of them. Hey, you got a funny story? Yeah, dude, there's tons. Let me just wait.
I already told you a funny story. And you're not even acknowledging it.
Which one? What
He got
was it?
DQ'd at his first race.
Oh, well, not that one, but the fact that I showed up here a month early.
Yeah, well, that's a funny story. I was talking about a funny story of this guy right here, of Travis. All right, Ashton, give us your best funny story, dude.
Well, there's this one. It was like one of his first races at the Dirt Series at a track up here near me, and it was like the last lap. He's leading the race by like a pretty big amount, and his dad keeps telling him like, "You're supposed to slow down to these gnarly moguls because it's like a dirt bike track." But Travis just sent it on the last lap and like completely bent his swing arm. And then he
Remember that
broke
one
and
pretty
didn't
clear.
win.
Crap, really? How gnarly was that?
I mean, it really didn't hurt me. I don't have a very good memory of it, but I do remember getting towed off the track and my swing arm being bent and me coming around the last corner in second behind Caden with my car going dunk, 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 dunk.
Really? But you don't remember it because you hit so hard?
I don't know. Maybe it's just all the concussions.
So I always tell everybody, like,
Never had one.
If you, yeah, you never have it. Huh? If you get a
What?
concussion, and Jesse has, I guarantee it.
I couldn't race for like 6 months because I had one so bad.
Yeah, dude. If you get a concussion in a side by side, though, you hit so hard, dude. I remember the first concussion I got in a side by side. There wasn't any wheels on the car left. They were all gone. It was just the roll cage. That was it.
I don't know if I want to get a concussion in a car now.
Yeah, it sucked, man. So that's the reason I was saying, like, what did you remember? Because you have to hit pretty hard, right?
Yeah.
So at least you did good, though. You got a second.
Yeah, I mean, it still sucked that I was leading by a good amount and bent my swing arm because I was dumb and decided not to listen to my dad. Happens a lot.
Always got to listen to Dad. Is that the lesson you're learning here?
Yeah, that's the lesson that I learned.
Hey,
Well, I mean, I didn't learn it very well, obviously, because I still don't do stuff right sometimes.
So I heard through the grapevine that you've been friends with Ashton for like pretty much since you guys were born.
Yeah, we've been friends for a very long time.
Was he your first friend?
Yeah, basically.
That's pretty cool, though. You guys are still friends. Do you guys ever get to race against each other?
No, because he decided to sell his trophy cart.
Oh, really? What are you racing now, Ashton?
I got a 1600 car that I race in the Moore Series in Barstow and like Lucerne.
I heard you've been doing pretty good, too.
Yeah, me and my sister just won the last race. It was pretty fun.
What race was that?
It's called the Mackenzie's 250. It's out in Lucerne Valley, and yeah, it was really good.
Did you guys have a lot of competition that day?
Yeah, there were like I think 8 or 9 cars in our class, and we ended up winning by like 5 minutes, so it was pretty good.
We just got a comment come in. I can't see who that's from. Taylor Lauren had said Travis took 170 out without my dad's permission and cracked the transmission case.
Yep.
See,
And
these
he
are the
came
stories I
home-
was looking for.
Yeah, he came home that day and he saw us pushing the car back with the oil dumping from under the car, and he was like, "What happened?" And I was like, I held the gas in the air like a dummy."
So you learned your lesson? I guess that's the way you learn, right?
I mean, I blew many trannies after that still, but
I guess you didn't learn too much, right? Travis ran into his parents' garage before. See, these are the stories. Keep these stories coming, man.
yeah, I remember that too. I was with one of my older friends, Deegan. We don't really talk much anymore, but I was with when I was pulling out of the garage, and I thought I could make the corner. Obviously, I couldn't.
And you ran straight into the garage?
Mm-hmm.
Did you smoke the garage door?
No, I didn't run into the garage, but I ran into a wall next to the garage.
What
happened was I ran into a wall next to the garage.
Oh, dude. Did it hurt?
I told my mom that there was a big boulder because my headlight was out a little socket that it's supposed to be in.
It sounded like you were going to say something, Jesse.
Yeah, I was like 3 or 4, and I crashed my parents' brand new minivan into a huge rock pile. Put that thing in drive, and it's a reverse.
Really?
Straight into a big like concrete pile. Yeah,
Dude, that's a good story.
totaled it.
Totaled it? At 3 or 4?
Yeah,
How the heck did you even get out?
I didn't. Back
Taylor,
straight
stop.
down the hill into the pile.
Oh
I drove
my gosh,
into my
man.
mom's Tahoe once before.
What happened?
I ran into my mom's car.
It seems
my
like you got
170.
a knack for running into stuff, dude. Have you seen any of these accidents, Ashton?
No, I don't think so. I know I've ran into my gate, but I don't think I've seen Travis run through anything.
Speaking of running into stuff, I probably should have dropped my truck off here for an alignment at 4 Parts because I bashed, for like 3 or 4 days ago, I bashed like a 2-foot tall curb in my truck. Like, boom! Like, ripped the wheel out of my hand, and then now it's like driving pretty crooked.
Dude, that's crazy, man. Let's see. John Huppert said it's not green light coming; it's watching red go out. Yeah, that's back to what you were talking about before, Jesse, about giving your instincts a little bit better reaction time.
Yeah, but don't watch the other lights either.
Just focus on what you are. Hey, Ashton, do you have any good stories of Travis like racing? Were you ever able to go out and support him in any of his races?
Yeah, we went to his first ever race, which was the I think it was like 2016 UTV World Championship in Laughlin, and watched him race off the line there.
We got a pretty funny comment that just came in, but I'm going to avoid that because it talks about you running around in your underwear.
Oh, shooting a BB gun. Yep, I remember that one.
That sounds pretty Wild Western, dude.
That sounds like a Cards Against Humanity
yeah, exactly.
card.
Yeah. You got to run around in your underwear shooting a BB gun?
Squealing like a hog.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I think we could leave that for a non-PG-13 episode. So, Ashton, when you get to watch Travis or anything like that, can you tell that he's going to be a good racer when he grows up? Because I've got to see him a few times, and it looks like his prowess is really, really growing as he gets older.
Yeah, like I remember when he first started, like that UTV World Championship, I think he got it's his first ever race. It's like a world championship, and he got like solid mid-pack, which was pretty good. But then as soon as after that, he just started doing better and better every race. And I think definitely in the future he'll be like one of those top guys like Quintero or like Mitch Jr.
I remember I raced Lucas that one time, my first ever Lucas race, and I won both days. It was, I think, only 3 of us. I think it was me, Jesse Owens, and Ryder Chapman.
Is that pretty cool? Was that the time that you got out of the car and said, I got to pee?
No, that was one of the UTV World Championships. One of them.
Some people that are commenting in got some pretty funny stories. I wish your friends remembered some of these funny stories a little bit better, too. But it is cool to understand that you're going to be well, actually, is that something that you want to do? Do you want to be a professional off-road racer?
I do want to be a professional off-road racer and hopefully eventually one day move into a trophy truck.
It would be pretty rad. Like your buddy Jesse Nelson wants to do a trophy truck, too. That maybe you guys
I don't
could
care if
team
I
up.
race it or not. I just want to drive it.
But you said you were a bad passenger. What if you get the opportunity to be a passenger with Travis?
I wouldn't.
Yeah, see?
Do you want?
No.
Do you want?
No way in hell. No, I don't care
Not
who's
even.
driving.
Not even for half of a race.
No.
What about Rob Mack? Would you go with Rob Mack?
Didn't he break his back the last time he was out? Or
No, he's good.
Was that somebody else?
Yeah, I don't know who did it. But
that's Rob Mack. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, would you ride with my dad?
Probably, but I don't want to go like race pace. So I'll go for a cruise.
Just go cruise pace?
Yeah, let's go cruise. Go get some tacos or something.
Yeah, in a trophy truck. Tacos in a trophy truck would be pretty legit, though.
Pull up an In-N-Out drive-through in that thing.
What about you, Ashton? You want to do trophy trucks, too?
I mean, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I don't know what I want to do, but obviously trophy truck would be pretty sick.
It looks like Brooke Jensen just joined us, too. She actually got to hang out with all the guys, the Can-Am guys down in Texas, actually. No, too early, dude. Too early.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, she got to hang out with all the Can-Am guys and Dustin Jones and all those guys at the BMF Ranch and had a bunch of fun with the kids. So that was cool that she got to do that. Ashton, do you ever get to do any extracurricular activities with your racing? Like maybe, I don't know, go testing with Travis or anything like that?
We went to like that one UTV World for Travis, but like for other stuff, sometimes we go with the Illinois trophy truck that like Travis's dad rides in, and we'll go testing with them in Barstow. Or like last year, I went to Vegas to Reno with them and chased all the way up.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool. Did you have a good time?
Yeah, it was really fun. There's like lots of cool stuff up there.
So you guys were chasing together then?
I don't think I was with him that time.
Yeah, I think Travis was at a race or something.
Oh, right on. Did your mom just take you to that race? Is that what it was?
I think so. Oh, was that Prim? Yeah. Prim one year. My dad was in Mexico, and it was me and my mom and my Uncle Dallas. Actually, funny story. my Uncle Dallas and my aunt actually took my 170 out, and they decided to try and drift it down a hill, and they rolled my first ever 170.
Were you still able to race it?
Yeah, we built it.
Oh, that's fine then.
Was alcohol involved?
Maybe.
It sounds like it would be a fun time.
Good stories usually do.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we keep getting these good little glimpses of stories, but then they just like fall off, man. So the show is going to shit because you guys won't tell all these good stories. All right.
I'm co-hosting. This is his show.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Fair
just hanging
enough.
out.
You're actually trying to spark up some stuff. I like it. It's going good.
Poke the bear.
So, Ashton, if you ever get the opportunity to co-drive and Travis is driving the truck, are you going to do it?
Yeah, definitely.
That would be pretty cool, right? What an opportunity would that be? What would you do it with him or no?
Yeah, I would do it with him.
Yeah, see, there you go. First friend on the planet, and you get to ride in the trophy truck for the first time. How sick would that be?
That'd be pretty sick.
That would be cool, man. What trophy truck would you like to drive if you guys could each? Actually, you answer first, Travis. If you could pick any trophy truck on the planet right now to jump into, what would it be?
Bryce Menzies Mason truck.
That's what you'd pick?
That 4-wheel drive truck, yeah.
How about you, Ashton?
One of the Mason all-wheel drives. Doesn't matter which one. They're all pretty good.
I think they're on their 15th or 20th one that they're building now. They built a ton of them.
I know that ITE is getting one built.
Yeah, theirs is next.
I mean, they're ordering so many right now that there's just...
So I'm going to ask Jessy the same question, but I'm going to preface it with this. So I agree with both of you guys because those trucks are badass. But my answer is going to be I want to drive one of the two-wheel drive Geyser trucks so that I can learn how to drive a trophy truck in two-wheel drive with rear-wheel drive before I get into the all-wheel drive one. What would you do, Jessy?
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to go race right now and might just skip that,
Skip that curve.
Yeah. I don't know, it's probably one of those like rite of passage things that you got to kind of go through.
I feel like if you're going to get out there and try to go, like, let's just say win the Baja 1000, like, you're not going to get an all-wheel drive truck right away and just win it. Like, there's no way, right? So you got to at least, like, go up the ranks. So that's why I would choose that path to gradually learn.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if you have the right people around you and the right prep and driver, I think anything's possible when it comes to that. I mean,
I'm feeling the confidence. What are you, Travis?
I mean, you think about it. I mean, half the time these guys, it's who finishes. Like, look at some of the side-by-side classes or, the buggies or 6100 or, those ones. It's always kind of who finishes. Like, it's always who finishes. I mean, like who saves their car, who's going at a decent pace. The fastest guy doesn't always win.
That's true.
What I've seen is Desert is a completely different mind concept than Works, because Works, you go out and you just go all out. You don't care about the car. You don't try and save the car. Whereas in Desert, you have to go out and you kind of have to conserve the car and try not to break stuff.
I definitely agree with that.
I do that in Works, though. Because, I mean, before this year, I mean, I did 5 races and I didn't even finish one.
Yeah, I can see that. So you have to at least know a little bit of conservative driving?
Yeah.
I mean, I do. I mean, maybe I think I'm driving a little too conservative, but at least I'm finishing,
Yeah, well, it's because you're used to moto, though. You're used to just going pin the whole time, like never caring.
Oh, just breaking everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But like Lucas short course stuff and UTVs, you're full wide open the whole time, MMA style. Like, there's no conserving the car at all. Well, I guess unless you have to, but...
You have 45 minutes, and you have to prove yourself in that 45 minutes if you can win. Or...
That works.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, totally. Have you ever raced Works, Ashton?
No, I've seen some of them, but I've never actually driven in one.
Do you guys go back and forth and talk about, like, strategies, like the strategies and the stuff that he's doing, and then compared to what you're doing?
Not really.
No? Because it'd be cool to understand his mindset when he gets in his car, because it's a totally different driving style, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about you, Ashton? Going back and forth with Travis, or at least like understanding how he does it, because your driving style in the different car is totally different.
Oh yeah, it's way different in Desert. So some of the races, like the shorter ones, because there's shorter and longer Desert ones. The shorter ones are kind of just charging a lot, but you're not like full pin all the time. But like this last one is a longer one, so sometimes I found myself not going full pace just to like, just chill out for a bit and just stay where you're at so you can conserve the car.
Yeah, exactly. And Alan Motorsports just commented in.
I saw that.
He said stronger parts is the key. But honestly, I'm going to go with Jesse's. Like, it's kind of half and half,
It's a
right?
little bit of both. It's a lot of driver and a lot of car. Like we were saying earlier, I mean, you have to have a good machine under you to truly drive that hard.
Well, I'm going to give out a little secret here that I know already because I was doing this in my side-by-side stuff. But stronger parts are not always better stuff. The UTV class, the less weight that you can have in any vehicle is always the best. Always. That's the number one priority. The lighter the vehicle can be, the less it's going to break, period. So if you can keep a vehicle light and durable, that's the best way to do it. And 90% of the teams that are winning nowadays are using those parts and letting them expire after a certain amount of races and not putting all this beefy tank-like level arms and wheels and stuff on it, because those don't do anything but make you go slower or break other stuff.
Yeah, another weak point somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's another thing, too, when you said that, which, of course, that's what my mentality was when I first got into this. And I'm like, oh, just get stronger parts, whatever. And then I start upgrading, buying expensive axles and all these different things and little parts here and there, like more just like to try to keep the thing running, and like nothing worked.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it just came to having like a maintenance program to where I like time out
certain parts
after 1 race, 2 race, 3 race.
Yep, exactly.
And then just put them on a shelf, and then I just give them to somebody that needs it. If, at the races, somebody's like, oh, I need this part in a pinch. Well, actually, I have it. Here you go.
100%. And everybody's got their own way of doing things, but I will tell you right now that the way that the UTVs come stock is not bad. Like, it's fine. Like, to go ride and to go race, you can do it. You just have to know the lifespan of the parts that you're working with. We had, it's different, not for every manufacturer, but we never, ever replaced one axle on the Yamaha in 2 years. Not one axle.
What kind of axle
do you have stock axles?
Completely stock everything. Never even greased them.
I bet Luke is a little lighter on that type of stuff, though, huh?
The way that those cars are built, it's not the same because the clutch is different. And you can actually pull in the clutch when you land, or you can, it's like a dirt bike, right? Like, it's hard to break something moving forward. Like, well, they're breaking chains a lot now, but it's hard to break a chain, right? Like, so, like, in the Yamahas, it's almost like you won't break an axle. The way that they're built, like, I mean, dude, we went 2 years.
But your endo, your brains out.
Yeah, big time.
Just kidding.
They're hard, though. You're right. Ashton, have you ever raced a UTV or ridden in a UTV?
I did I rode in a desert race with my friend Bronson, a DB4 race, and we made it like 2 laps, and then the whole right rear broke and like smashed into the exhaust and stuff.
Whose fault was that?
So they had like upgraded radius rods, but they still had the stock bolts, so kind of just like a prep failure, I guess. So the bolts snapped, and the whole suspension like just twisted up because nothing was holding it.
Oh, man, that's crazy. Caden Wells. Caden has actually won the Baja 500 and done some pretty serious accolades in his Polaris Razor, and he just commented in and said stock parts are almost always the best.
Who said that?
Caden Wells.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely agree with Caden's
stock
comment.
axles on the RS1 sometimes.
That's all I have.
Yep.
I had expensive axles that broke them right away.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, but yeah, I agree 100% with that stock thing. We could go around in circles talking about all this stuff, but there are some companies that manufacture some pretty awesome stuff. So depending on what the part is, you can always get upgrades too.
I just got some Zollinger.
The carriers?
No, tie rod. No, those are too expensive.
Dude, those things are badass.
Yeah, the tie rods for my Pro XP.
Yeah.
Those are pretty sweet.
Dude, they're so cool.
Yeah.
And like the way that they machine them and they have little pins and stuff for them, they're so sick,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Okay, I want to talk a little bit about, like, go back, because Ashton has a really good family program as well. So let's let Ashton answer this question first. But the question is, you have a pretty amazing family and a support system. How do you, like, qualify that in your racing, Ashton?
Yeah, my family's definitely, like, really involved. Like, we always used to go, I think I went to my first race when I was 3 months old, like the old Core series. When my dad was working there. Yeah, and then we always used to go to my dad's race in the desert buggy, and then when my mom raced Powder Puff, we'd go to that. And then now my parents are obviously always there for all of our races, no matter go-karts, UTV, or our desert buggy.
It's pretty cool that you guys have that support system, right?
Oh yeah, it really helps a lot, especially like, yeah, it's just like great knowing your family's there watching you. It kind of cheers you on a little more.
Yeah, 100%. It makes it so much different too when you're like at home working on the vehicles together and making them ready to be able to go out and race, because it gives you all a sense of gratitude when you finish.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like me and my dad, I try to go out there and learn some, like in between every race, I'll probably learn a couple new things. You know, I'm not out there probably as much as I should, but I'm definitely go out there and try to help and learn.
Yeah, that's cool. You got to be a sponge to be able to get to the professional ranks as well. So
You're using that now.
What?
Sponge.
I know, I like it. You injected it into my vocabulary.
Jessy Nelson.
Dude, for sure. Chris Noira 28 says
is a sponge.
Lee Perfect is the man. Would you agree?
Yeah. I would agree with that.
So going into the same question for you, like that family atmosphere is pretty gnarly. Like it's pretty clear that you didn't want to tell us like your whole day, but I know a lot of your days are spent with your family.
Yeah.
Because your dad's teaching you stuff. Your mom is obviously teaching you stuff, even though you want her to teach more about sponsorships.
Yeah.
But she's teaching you stuff as well. And then, I mean, you spend so much time with them, dude.
I do spend a lot of time with my family. And my days, like, they aren't super boring, but they are. I don't do a whole bunch for the start of my day until I go with my dad, and then we kind of work on the cars. Well, we were working on that 900 a lot. We were waiting for parts to come in and stuff. But now we're going to start working on the RS1 and the 570, getting that ready for Cedar City.
Right on. Chris said Jessy Nelson is the man as well. And Loriana said, and the perfect kids work hand in hand. So it sounds like your sister actually works with you too, huh, Ashton?
Yeah, sometimes she'll come out there, like help clean the car and stuff, and we'll like talk about the race. Like we're already talking about the next one at Glen Helen, seeing who's gonna practice, who's gonna qualify, this and that.
So she helped you drive too, huh?
Yeah, we both share the same co-rider, and then I'll get out, she'll get in, and like our co-writer said, it's like a completely different driving style between us, but we both end up pulling it off pretty good.
That is pretty cool, man. Have you ever been in the car or like been out when they're testing?
No, not yet. I've been like out there whenever they had the car out there, but I forgot what was wrong with the car that one time that I went out there and I was getting my PC built by you.
Oh, at New Year's, first time we took our car to the desert, we went 8 miles and the CV just like completely broke itself. And then it like shredded all the splines off the axle. And it was brand new, so we had no spares.
Chris commented back in and he said, Brooke does all the hard work and she's faster.
Yeah, quick question. How old are you and how old is your sister?
I'm 15 and a half. Brooke is 17.
Oh, okay. So who's the better driver?
One race, she went faster. The next race, I went faster. Last race, we were basically about the same. So
I think Ashton's faster.
We're just different.
Uh-oh.
Just saying. I'm putting that out there.
She's faster. I see Kristen Newer.
Yeah,
she's faster.
Yes, technically, according to the times.
Well, I didn't know times. Now that might change something.
That sounds like a pretty good family dynamic, though. You have to be faster than your sister, or your sister has to be faster than her brother. I like it.
It's kind of like the motocross movie.
Constantly competition.
Remember that Disney movie, Motocross?
Yep.
Yeah. I watched that the other night. We had Disney Plus. I'm like,
hey, so do you guys ever get like that competition in the family? Like your dad's like trying to tune you up to be faster than he is?
Yeah.
Really?
Actually, also,
what does he usually say?
I mean, just to go faster and try not to be dumb and roll.
Gas on the right, brakes on the left.
Brakes are overrated. You don't need them. But one story that my dad told me once is he was out practicing in his car out in the desert, just on this little test track that he has, and he came over a blind rise hill and he almost slammed into a washer that was right in the middle of the track. Like a literal washer for clothes.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, we were kind of just on the road. I forgot where we were coming back from, but he was kind of just talking to me about it, and then that story came up. And
well, you just want to make sure that you don't have that same story in your life, right?
Yeah.
Did you hear about the sheep that was at the works race?
The what?
It was like a herd of sheep that came through in Taft.
Were you on the track at the time?
Oh yeah, it was. I think Caden McCachran might have been the first one.
Clean one out.
A blind like little S section through this canyon. And then I talked to Chris Johnson. I was like, dude, was it up or like what? Somebody hit it? He's like, it was halfway up when I came around the corner.
Whoa.
And so he hit. But like, it was there the entire race for 55 minutes just laying there.
Oh my gosh, dude.
It was sad.
That is crazy. Mm-hmm. Dude, can you imagine that? Like, well, I guess down in Baja, they have all that stuff happen, you know? Ashton, hey, are you going to do any larger desert races this year?
I think we might go and help out Luke Knupp at the Vegas Streeter or something like that. But for now, we're just sticking with more.
That's still going to be pretty good for you because then you're going to be learning and understanding how to operate terrain, and just in case you do get the opportunity to go down to Mexico at one point, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
Would you ever go out and watch him race?
Yeah, I would go out and watch him race. I would come out and support. And
depending
help
on your
if
schedule?
Depending on my schedule. I mean, if I have a race, I can't really go then.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool that you guys are good friends enough to be able to go out there and support him. It sounds like him and his sister are doing a pretty good job, don't you think?
Yeah.
Right on. He's going to race with me, maybe, and that was Hunter Carpenter. Is he talking about Ashton?
Oh, yeah, he might ride with me, or he's going to ride with me at the next Moore race, and then we might do some, like, snore races later this year or something within his 1600 car.
Ooh, that'd be pretty cool, huh? And you want to stay in that 1600 class for a little while?
Yeah, I think that's where all the good drivers come from, like Rob Mack and all those guys. They started out in 16.
Yeah, I agree with that. I also agree that UTVs are going to be breeding a lot of good drivers like Travis as well, though.
I mean,
yeah probably.
For me, that's always the goal, is to get up there, like, at the rank that my dad's at right now in Desert with the Romos, and they're doing really good right now. I mean, I hope to get to Desert with my dad eventually and have him as my co-driver, and then once
you learn all the stuff?
Once I learn all the stuff, hopefully get another co-driver, and he supports in the pits and stuff. Hopefully, I'm hoping he could teach me both ends of it, co-driving and driving.
That's pretty cool, man. Do you guys have a good teacher then when you're out there with the co-driver and stuff like that too, Ashton? Or are you learning most of the stuff from your dad?
Our co-driver definitely helps a bit because he rides in the Honda Talon with Zach Sizelove. So, like, he knows a couple things about, like, splitting rocks, he'll tell us. But my dad also is a huge help, like, telling us, how to handle the corners and, like, skip over the whoops and stuff like that.
Yeah, it makes total sense. I mean, you got to use the resources that you have at your disposal, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right on, man. Well, we really appreciate it. We hope you keep doing well and keep kicking butt with you and your sister driving that badass car.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, well, we'll see you later, dude. Thank you very much.
Good luck, man.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you very much for joining us, too.
You.
Later. So he actually brought up a good point that I wanted to talk about, and I think Jesse's going to be a better answer than you because you want to go into a trophy truck. I mean, everybody wants to drive a trophy truck, right? But I kind of feel like the people who focus on the UTV stuff are going to end up being more well-known drivers, more paid drivers in the next 10 years than a trophy truck driver would be.
Probably. I mean, yeah. It seems like right now it's the family that's paying the driver.
Well, yeah, but it's growing.
No, I meant like trophy truck stuff.
Oh yeah, the trophy truck stuff is just money. Yeah.
It's like.
I mean, it's already so
like
much to build a trophy truck.
I'm talking if you're using racing as your professional career to stay in a side-by-side, and I'm not saying don't have ambition to drive a trophy truck because everybody wants to do that, right? But if you want to stay on a career path, the UTVs are a pretty dang good career path.
I think it's a more realistic thing. I mean, because anybody can go buy them. It's more relatable to people.
Yeah, and you have the opportunity to have a professional career because you have a manufacturer.
Yeah, manufacturer behind you with parts and hopefully contingency one day. Start bumping all that up, and I mean the sport's continuing to grow. It's hopefully nothing makes a hard left, but I think the way that the sport is going in the direction, it's got a bright future.
Dude, that's actually a really cool thing to bring up, the contingency stuff. Like, what would you think about if manufacturers started doing that?
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
It would help a lot with smaller teams.
Even if it's just a parts budget, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think side-by-side sales are bigger than any motorcycle sales right now, as far as I'm been told and everything like that. And the percentage of people that race versus the people that buy them is so small. Like, I think for them to push a brand and to push the racing side of it, because even if people aren't racing, they're still hearing about how each manufacturer is doing. Like people ask me, oh, this manufacturer is doing this, they won this, they did that. And it's, they hear and they pay attention to it. And that's kind of like, I think that helps push them to make a choice on buying something.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they trust the racer's opinion too.
Yeah, exactly. So that's like one of those things where pushing it and elevating it is going to help the brand further,
Well, and that's kind of
continue
what
to grow.
I think so too. Chris is saying the same thing. He said UTVs need to follow the motocross model. I don't think they need to follow it exactly, but that contingency thing really brings up a good point because it makes it that much more worthwhile for even a young dude like Travis. You know, he's got resources with his father, and he's able to understand a lot of the racing stuff. But if he was able to learn to get the contingency himself, use it to put back into his program, it would take some weight off Dad, and it would also put a lot of burden on, a lot of learning burden on Travis.
Yeah, I mean, manufacturer could do, say for their athletes or for their drivers or racers, they could do like a triple contingency. So like you're a Polaris driver, instead of getting the regular contingency amount, you get triple.
Right.
If you go win this, and this, you can have it put right on a card or whatever it may be. That's kind of like 14 was around the time I started making money at it. We're like through contingency, but luckily like certain manufacturers would do contingency, but like Suzuki and Kawasaki, or maybe it was Suzuki and Yamaha, but you could only use their contingency at a dealership to buy parts and things like that. But Honda and like Kawasaki or a couple other companies like that was just a Visa card.
Yeah.
But as soon as I started, winning races and having money on a card and what is it, triple or...
Well, it's life lessons learned at that point, right?
Well, yeah. Then you start having to fill the RV up, and then you're going to Costco with your parents.
Yep.
You're the one swiping the card, and you're paying your entry fees, and you're like, wow, like...
Now I get it.
You really start to learn quick. Looking back, like before that, I don't know how my parents even did it, especially during like a recession time when your family's in construction. Not really a good time to be racing motorcycles that are really expensive.
I think it teaches you on the back end though too. Like I have to go out and win to make that money so I can do it the next weekend. Like it gives you that extra drive.
Yeah, that was it. It was either win or don't race pretty much. And I loved racing more than anything.
Yep.
And I wasn't gonna not do that. So, but at that time, fuel was pretty much what it is right now as far as pricing
fuel
goes.
Is crazy right
and,
now.
And to fill that RV was like $700-$800
Big
per
money.
time going down or back to Tennessee or to Florida.
You got to win
race.
a full race just to pay for the gas.
Yeah, or I'd go hit a couple races, like local races before I get ready for a national or something, and then I'd race 6 or 7 classes at a weekend. And then
to make as much money as possible.
Yeah, I'd make a couple $1,000.
Katie Renola says, yeah, Travis Sallee. So I agree with that, though, too, because like when I was racing 80s, we were 80 expert, and I would also race 125 and 250 intermediate. I'd race all 3 classes on my 80. And
I did that, too.
Yeah, so we would come home with right around like, it depends on if we won or what place we got, but $2,500 to $5,000 a weekend in Suzuki bucks. So it was like that supported the whole program. That my parents were usually a lot of the burden, the financial burden, was alleviated.
Yeah,
and that would be amazing if side by sides could actually do something similar.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't need to be anything crazy. It can just be even just help them pay your entry fee would be huge.
Yeah, exactly. Travis, what's your backup plan if racing doesn't come to fruition? Are you gonna do anything for school? You want to become a doctor?
No. So my backup plan, if racing doesn't end up working out, is doing what my mom's doing. She's working really hard as just working with electrical stuff, and she's taught me a little bit of that here and there. It's not a whole bunch because of how busy she is. I mean, she makes a lot of the money in the family, and she helps me get to all these races. My dad makes a decent amount too, but my mom does make a lot.
Thrown under the table.
And what do you like the electrical stuff though? Is that something that interests you?
I mean, that's my backup plan for sure.
What's the part that interests you though? Like, why are you so interested in that?
Just my whole family's really done it. It's really a whole family thing, and I've seen my Uncle Dallas go through it. I've seen what he does, and he gets to travel a lot and kind of explore where all these poles are, and it looks like something really cool to learn.
Oh, really? It seems like it would be pretty cool. But I don't know, like, are you like right brain, left brain? Like, are you the creative guy, or are you like the labor guy, the hardworking, like mathematician guy?
I'm more a creator guy. I mean, I'm not really... I'm kind of both in a way.
I like that. That's cool, though. You could bring some sort of creative aspect to the electrical stuff then, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
That would be pretty sweet, man. Did you ever have to think of a backup plan for yourself, Jesse, when you were coming up through the dirt bike ranks?
Yeah, I did. But every backup plan I had was involved using my legs.
Yeah, it's crazy what life throws at you, and you have to change and pivot, right?
Yeah, but no matter what, I refuse to be a failure at anything I do.
Yeah.
So I'll make it out with whatever it's going to be.
I couldn't agree
and I
more.
mentally believe that. So I think it'll, no matter what, I'll prevail.
Dude, I think so too, man. You're already doing a fantastic job with the stuff you're doing. I've never seen anybody come into the side-by-side industry as hard and as fast as you have, so keep doing your good work, man. All right, Travis, so how many hours a week do you have to do for school? And I don't mean like with COVID, because COVID kind of jacked everything up, right? Like, are you really focused on learning and getting education?
I am, because that's one thing that my parents have taught me. You need an education. I mean, not college and stuff, but you do need an education to at least succeed in life.
Yep.
Because education really helps a lot with modern day stuff. I mean, to be what my mom's doing right now, I need to know a lot about math and all kinds of stuff like that.
So you don't get shocked?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just a simple thing. Obviously, don't touch a hot wire.
That's not that simple, man. You know how many people touch that freaking wire? Why do you think light sockets are built the way they are, dude? But for school, what's your favorite subject?
My favorite subject for school is probably history, just learning about stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Just
What was yours, Jesse?
Same. History. Yeah.
No way, really?
Yeah, I hate math.
Dude, I was always the math guy.
Not a fan.
I hate math.
Yeah. I can see that, though.
It's not my strong side. I will say that.
You can learn a lot about money with math.
I mean, I got it done. I just didn't enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't.
Where like history, I had fun with it.
Yeah, because you liked it.
I don't know. I think I liked it just because like a lot of my family's from Europe, so like learning about different things like that.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool.
And like I don't know, history, like seeing where that their side of the world was like, or versus where I'm at now. And
did you ever go back and do anything like history chain for your family?
No.
Dude, that would be pretty cool. That's something that you could do. Actually, that'd be cool to surprise, since your mom and dad are so busy, surprise them with like a bloodline tree or something. That would be pretty rad, right?
Yeah.
So being that you have to do so much school, how do you fit in like with the racing and stuff? So you get all your schoolwork done, you have to have a certain grade point average to be able to keep racing. Like, what's the deal?
Yeah. My parents really like grades. I mean, they like seeing good grades. Sponsors, like my sponsors, like Forward Parts, they like seeing me with good grades. They tell me to focus more on school before I do racing.
Yeah, and I agree. I think that's a fantastic trait that a sponsor should do.
Absolutely. And I wouldn't say you want to do it for your parents. You should do it for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, each time you get a good report card, that's a win. Like, that's your trophy. And that's one of those trophies that you'll carry way longer than any type of racing.
Yeah.
Like, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Every time you get an A or a B plus or A minus, whatever, like, those are small wins.
Yeah.
D's, F's.
Yeah, you got to step up your game then, buddy.
Yeah.
When do you go to public school then?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you are able to go to back to school now?
Not yet. Well, I don't really know how it's going to work this year. From what I'm hearing, it's partially online, partially in school. I mean, that's what they were kind of doing towards the end of the year this year.
It's way better when you were at school, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can't even fathom how you guys even learn with it not being at school. So how many hours a week do you end up putting into the racing program then compared to what you're doing at school?
A lot of hours get put into the racing program. I don't know an exact amount that gets put in, but probably, I mean, my dad does a lot too. I'd say us together probably 9-10 hours a day.
So Jesse was talking about how hard it is for him to actually put together his racing program because he has to put so much time, effort, and resources in. Because Jesse handles it all, right? He calls people on the phone to get sponsorships. He works on his cars. He has to schedule transportation, travel, all that stuff. And his wife obviously helps too, and he has people that are around him helping. But
she's plenty busy with what she's doing.
Yeah.
Hands down. She does help, for sure. I always try to pass off parts orders to her. I make the list. And I was like, all right, you write it up and send it off. I don't want to deal with it. But, yeah, it's a lot of work. Tons of work. Putting everything together, prepping it, packing everything up, making sure we have everything, tools, parts, food, fuel, everything. So
the reason that I asked that question or was talking about that subject is because if you reverse engineer it, like doing all that stuff is kind of like what Travis is learning now. He has to juggle school. He has to juggle, going out and hanging out, or we'll call it training on the mini bike, right, with his friends, and being able to work and spend time in the garage with his dad. Like that's the same setup or multitasking.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid too, my dad worked all day and he was always working. So if I was home alone, not home alone, but if I was home and if I wanted to go race, like I had to make sure the RV was cleaned.
Yep.
My mom did a ton of she did tons of stuff, but I did have to help pack it up, pack my clothes, whatever it may be. Make sure the trailer was clean, tools were in it, parts were in it, bikes were washed, oil change, filters, all that. I try to do everything, but I just refuse to do tires. Just let my dad do that.
Yeah, tires are so hard though.
Pop tubes.
Are you doing a lot of that similar stuff?
Similar to that, I'm still working my way like into everything really. I'm learning a lot though from my dad right now.
And so they keep giving you a little bit more and more responsibility so you can like load up the trailer or do different things like that.
I mean, I know how to load up the trailer. Probably not a toolbox, but that's one thing that's definitely hard for me. My dad helps me with that every time.
Yeah, but that's okay because you can learn how to do it. Your dad will show you more than one time. I remember like my first time that my parents weren't able, I think they were gone or something, but they weren't able to load up or get anything prepared for getting ready to go to an event that we had. And I was probably right around your age, and I ended up loading the whole trailer by myself with all of the vehicles and everything that we had to put in there, getting all the food ready and doing everything for them. And when they got home, the smile on their face was like the biggest thing and best thing I had ever seen in my life. So I was like really proud of myself that I did that, and I wanted to keep doing it and like helping them give back to what they were giving me.
Gotcha.
Do you ever have anything like that? Anything that you can do to help give back?
I mean, one time we came home from a race. I can't remember where it was, and my mom was pretty tired, and my dad, his back was hurting a little bit, I think, that day from sitting in the truck for so long. So I told them to both go inside, and I unloaded the trailer and the truck, and I unloaded everything that day.
Dude, that's so cool. Those are the exact things that I wanted to hear, man, because that means that you're putting in the extra effort and showing them how hard you want to work to be able to keep achieving your goals.
Yeah.
That's pretty rad, man. The Steel Sabers guy said, well said, Jesse. And John Lewis said, tires are way better than air filters.
Depends on who you're asking, I guess. I was reading a couple different things.
Which one, on the Facebook comments?
I'm not sure which one's Facebook and which one's...
Facebook is the big screen right there. So while you're reading those...
It's not the green light coming on, it's watching
when
it
we were
go
talking
out.
about the stoplights?
Yeah, I'm just going off reaction. I'm not trying to do like to
time it like Mike Alessi. Yeah, you're just doing the reaction so you
just
can
like a
little
something just to keep your mind going.
Yeah, and you're not pinning it, like actually pinning it to be like to get fast across the street. You're just getting your reaction.
Whether I tap something or like just to have that little reaction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, I would even do that stuff like with the yo-yo, like.
Yeah, just anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to get a better reaction time.
Back to what you were saying though, packing tools for a side-by-side race is a lot harder than a dirt bike.
Loading the toolbox.
Yeah, it's just a little track box.
Yeah.
Nah, we had a big one, but still it's like 8, 10, 12, 14, 17. It's not like a crazy amount of stuff.
And everybody loses the 10 millimeter.
Yeah.
Every single time. All right, so let's change the subject a little bit. So if you had to pick any of your favorite off-road races that you would want to do in the future, like let's just say 1 year, you can only pick one race that you can do, where are you going to go?
So are you talking like one race and have to do that race for like ever, or are you talking...
No, just one race. Like you only get to pick one race to do in 2022. You can only pick one.
Crandon.
You're going to Crandon?
That's what I want to do. Because
that's pretty official.
In a pro truck, he was, they went off the start, and I can't remember what place he said he was in. But him and his teammate came off a jump, and he got hit by his teammate, and him and his teammate took each other out off of a jump and took each other out for the whole race. My dad actually, didn't you smack your head on the floor because they didn't have head and neck restraints, and you were blind in your right eye?
Man, that's crazy.
For like an hour or something?
Dude, that's nuts. Yeah, being blind in your eyes definitely sucks. You don't want to do that. So I'm glad that your dad got his vision back and he was able to continue on. But Crandon would be your race, right?
Because I want to get revenge for my dad.
Ooh, look at this. That's pretty cool.
I mean, that's been one of my goals for a long time, get revenge at Crandon.
Really? You feel that strongly about your dad not being able to do what he wanted to do? Huh?
I mean, he got taken out by his teammate off of the first jump. So it's kind of like he didn't.
It's a
really
story that holds strong in your family, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
That's a pretty
gotta
good.
avenge the family.
Dude, I feel like he's like carrying around a sword right now. Like he's got like his knight and shining armor like kind of gear on. That's pretty bitchin', dude. Dude, well, so if you went to Crandon, you're gonna pick fall Crandon, I'm sure, in September, right? And you're gonna go out there. You're gonna go in a Pro 4.
I don't know about that one, but I would go in my RS1 for sure.
And just do whatever you can to get that win. Dude, how cool would that be? And that track looks so fun. It does look pretty just like flat out in a UTV though.
Yeah.
Same question for you, Jesse. 2022, you can only pick one race. Where are you going? I
honestly, I don't know. Give me some suggestions here.
I would just pick Baja 1000. Just
Crandon,
because
Baja
really?
1000, Baja 500.
Just because I went to the
400.
Baja 500 already, and I just understand how awesome the pre-running was. I don't even give a shit what place I get in the race. Like, I'll just eat tacos and pre-run, and then just go to the starting line, and then hand off the car, and then see what happens.
Unfortunately, with COVID and the whole pandemic thing, you know what? One race I was really looking forward to was the Del Mar Fairgrounds with that off-road nights.
Were they still going to do that?
They're supposed to, or I don't know if it's been rescheduled or what, but I know it's a smaller race, but like just racing in the fairgrounds and like having that like little stadium type vibe to it, like that looks pretty fun to me.
That would be kind of cool. So we got a comment that came in from Braden Baker saying, is anyone going to talk about Travis losing to Bree at K1 Speed?
Oh, you had to bring that up, didn't you? Yeah, my cart wouldn't turn. That's my excuse.
See, what happened
It was one race.
So what happened was...
my cart wouldn't turn. I hit a lot of walls.
That's no good for a race car driver, dude. You got to be the guy on the top.
I always have an excuse because the hand control car doesn't get cycled very often, so the battery's not very good.
It's always dead.
Tires are always hard. They're not warmed up. Like,
Yeah.
You got a lot of good excuses there.
So
We should be at pole position right now, actually.
I know, just ripping. So you're not going to give her any credit? You're just going to make excuses for how you did?
She got a faster lap time. I will say that. But,
How much faster? Like, what are we
like
talking here?
literally a tenth of a second.
That's pretty good, dude.
That's 1/10 too many.
Yep. So I feel like Bree should get a little bit of credit over here. Maybe we should point the camera over there so everybody can see Bree standing there and everybody's laughing that Travis got smoked by a girl.
Yeah, that.
That's pretty cool, though. So does that mean that you have to, not only are you going to avenge your dad at Crandon, you're going to avenge your defeat by Bree at K1 Speed?
I might have to. Don't try.
Count on it.
Oh, dude. Oh, this sounds like it's going to be, hey, when you guys go, let me know. I'll cruise.
Okay.
We'll see what happens, right? Race Girl 67 said, Travis, no, your girlfriend is just faster than you. Sorry. So what happens if we put her in one of your race cars?
I mean, she's scared to race because she front flipped 6 times.
If she shows you up, does that mean you have to retire?
I guess so. I guess I got to retire if she could beat me in an RS1.
He's so funny, dude. Oh, man, could you believe it? Like, what if she actually did?
I would just leave. I would leave my car at the track. And
I have an extra
leave.
one she can hop in.
Sounds like a good competition. All right, how about we make this a real competition then? You and me will be the coaches, and we pick, or we just like...
I don't know anything about side-by-sides. I'm the
coin
last
toss.
person you want to get coached
Dude,
from.
you know more about racing than 90% of us over here. I know you're just getting into the side-by-side thing,
Side-by-sides is way different.
but if you're just coaching somebody, you'll do good, and we'll just flip a coin and figure out...
We'll get Bradbury or like one of the Millers over there. He'll do the coaching.
No, because then I'm going to lose, dude. I need somebody that's on my level that doesn't know like all the stuff like those guys. So we can flip a coin, and then we'll be coaches for both of them, and then we'll figure it out. Give them both an RS1, and then we'll go out there and have them do a works race together.
Okay.
I feel like that would be pretty fun.
Do they have a husband and wife class?
Maybe.
Okay.
Is this what's going to happen the rest of the show now?
Probably.
I was expecting that.
Braden gave it to us, man.
Everybody
Brayden,
loves
you
puppy love.
just had to bring that up, didn't you?
Yep. I'm glad that he did though. He should have brought it up at the beginning, because then it would have been way more fun, right? So, all right, if you had your choice, then you would pick to go to Crandon.
Yeah.
Where are you going to go, Jess?
Australia.
You're going to Australia?
Yeah.
For what, that Fink race?
That's different.
Anywhere. Oi.
You just want to go to Australia?
Yeah, I don't know. People have been messaging me about it, and I was just...
Dude, it looks pretty sick.
I need to figure out a way to get hand controls or a car or something. I'll do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, so we have a few fans of the show that actually have Australia that have invited me to go down there and hang out, but I haven't been able to, so maybe we'll just replace me with you.
Yeah, I want to go. It's been brought up, but I just have not made it happen.
That would be pretty cool to go to Australia, dude. All right, so what's next for Travis then? Like, what's on your plate other than getting waxed by your chick?
Yeah. Hopefully going and winning at Cedar City.
That's what's next?
That's what's next.
All right, so
you got to worry about beating your girlfriend at the
at
go-kart
K1 first.
track.
There's little milestones. Okay, let me ask this as a long-form question then. What's in the next month? What's in the next 6 months? And then what's next as far as like 5 months long-term plan goes?
Okay, I don't know my whole schedule because COVID's kind of
I'm not asking your schedule. I'm just saying, like, what's next in your brain? Like, where are you trying to go?
I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow, so don't ask me.
Yeah.
Having a plan always helps.
I really don't got a plan now that I think about it.
You got to have a plan. You got to beat her, first of all.
That's one thing. That's one thing on the list.
The second thing is you got to start winning races in a championship. And then the third thing is you got to start learning how to prep trucks and get things ready if you want to be a trophy truck driver, right?
Yeah, those are 3 things.
Yeah, so I always tell everybody, and I've told Caden Danbury this, and you can see the actual growth in his racing program. If you think of something, you have to write it down. If you write something down, like a goal or a milestone, you have a 95% more success rate if you actually put it with a pencil and paper onto a piece of paper than you do just thinking about it. So if you go and write it down, you will more than likely execute and succeed at that thing that you wrote down.
Especially having a schedule too.
100%.
Yeah, or a checklist. You guys, when you guys are doing prep, do you have like a checklist of all the things you have?
We have a little whiteboard in the garage.
Yeah, whiteboard in the garage. Same thing like that. I mean, with things you got to do. Like, all right.
Do this when you get home, just like what Jesse's saying. Go write 3 things down that you want to get done in the next year. Write them down and wait till you mark those things off. Just tell them, Dad, these are my goals. Don't erase this on the whiteboard until you get them done. It'll help big time.
Okay.
I guarantee Jesse has done something like that when he was racing.
Yeah. I'm also pretty thick-headed, so I just
buried
it in my brain.
But he had a lot of success racing.
I have a thick skull.
That's okay. You can have a thick skull, but you can just look on the whiteboard. That's all you got to do. Make sure you get it done.
As long as Mom says you got a good brain.
Alan Motorsports says K1 doesn't count. Put them in shifter carts.
Oh.
Would that be pretty fun for Bree, too?
Does she know how to drive a shifter cart?
I don't know. Shifter carts are pretty rad. What about just
she knows what she's doing?
What about tag carts? Tag carts are cool because they're just automatic and they still haul ass.
I don't even know what that is.
I have an automatic cart.
Do you?
125.
Perfect. So just get another one and then we'll let them drive.
Twist throttle, handlebars on it.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How sick is that thing?
I need to get it running. It just runs like crap.
What motor does that thing have? The TM or whatever it is?
Rotac.
Wait, is that the good one?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know enough about the kart stuff, but it's pretty fun. I just never have anybody to go with.
Dude, those things are so rad. I would love to go do one of those things. Those K1 speed ones are pretty cool, though. Like, I mean, they're slow, but still, it's fun to do them. All right, so since I said what's next for Travis, then how about you re-answer the question? What's next for Travis Sallee?
Hopefully go prep trophy trucks and learn more about those. Go to Crandon, Wisconsin. Go and win that race for my dad. Beat my girlfriend at K1, if that ever ends up happening.
Nice.
So they are dating now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are, oh.
Did that just happen, or is that like before? Like, I don't know. So that's pretty awesome, though, dude. I really think that you're going to be doing a great job. And we're messing with you right now on the show. But, like, when I first met you at the UTV World Championship, you were so well-spoken, so open-hearted, such a caring person. I was like, man, we really got to get this kid on the show. He's got such a good heart. I can't wait to talk to him to see what his the values that his family is instilling him, to be able to come to the races and still have such a good mindset, to be so caring about people when he's actually going out there and still executing and being a top-level driver at his age. Like, it's pretty cool to be able to have that and to be able to multitask and do all of that stuff in one race. It's pretty bitchin', dude. So keep doing those good things and having such a great mindset when you're out there on the track.
Yeah, well,
Doing well. Don't change.
Yeah, definitely.
I won't.
What's next for Jesse Nelson?
Driving home. I'm gonna drive home after this.
A 4-hour drive
4-hour
back?
drive.
Yeah,
to
4-hour drive
Bakersfield?
back. I live in Bakersfield.
Or no, it's further than that.
No, it's west. It's west of Bakersfield. But still, yeah, it's like 4 hours. But go home. Start getting ready for
When's the next race?
when is it? September?
Yeah.
I don't know the exact date, but I know it's a little ways away. But I also got to start getting ready for
September 3rd.
some pre-running for King of Hammers.
Ooh, that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's just been pretty hot. So
Yeah, I was going to say, don't go out there right this second because it's way too hot out there. All right, so we're going to do some rapid-fire stuff, or some rapid-fire questions real quick. But before we do that, Travis, I know you want to thank your family, but who else do you want to thank?
I actually got a list.
Do you? You got a list on your phone? Where's the list at?
The list is right here. Hold on.
All right,
so up on the top of the list, they've always helped me out from the beginning, is Benchmark Performance, 4 Wheel Parts Official, of course, for having us here, letting us do this while everybody's coming in and out of the store. Godsend Performance for building my cages and everything, just always being there since the beginning.
Pete's badass.
Yeah, he makes some really cool stuff.
You know, Pete's originally from my hometown, Tucson, Arizona.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's cool.
So he worked with a lot of the guys that help out now. He was one of a good friend with the guy that invented the seat pad that Jesse Nelson and you use now, Jeff Freer. So everybody in the off-road world connects at some point.
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It really is. And so Pete at Godsend, he does all kinds of cool stuff, man. He builds really good cars. All right, who's
he
next?
builds great cars. He built my 250 car, my full tube chassis.
That thing looks badass, dude.
Is that the guy from GSP?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does.
He builds the cars. Jesse, come on. Got to know this.
I didn't know his name. I just knew GSP.
So who's next, Travis?
Polaris Razor, Method race wheels, Tensor tires.
Hey, so while you do this, I got to make one suggestion because this is something that your mom probably wants to know about the marketing aspect of things. If you say the person's name that helps you at each individual one of those companies, it makes it a lot better for them in the future too. So like Brett Carpenter from Polaris Razor. So see what you can do on the rest of the list.
Okay. Colby Groom from Method Race Wheels. He always helps me out. We pit with him. I race with his son. We battle back and forth all the time.
Yeah.
Tensor Tire. JMR Performance, of course. Mike Williamson gives us the best of the best brakes, tie rods, just everything. Then we got Sparko, of course. Chris Newer helps us with our suits, seats, steering wheels. Basically just everything for interior he helps us with. We got Stonebuilt, Adam at Stonebuilt. He's been there since the beginning. Helped us do clutching in our 170, our 250, our 570. Not on the RS1 quite yet, but soon. Stock class. Hopefully next year, if my dad will let me move up.
Dude, it looks like you're only halfway through the list. You got a long list, buddy. This is awesome.
Yeah, GBC tires for the 570. They give us free tires. They give us contingency for tires.
Dude, contingency, just like Jesse talked. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Roll design, Elka suspension, Doug Roll. They help us out. They have also been there since the beginning. They were my first shock sponsor. And then we got Lucas Oil. I mean, Lee Perfect. He got us with them.
Yep. Lee's an amazing human being as well.
He is great. He's the best. We've known him. I mean, that was my dad's best man at his wedding.
Woo-wee.
And the opposite. Hostile Dan, he helps us with our nets and everything net-wise. Just he did our wraps at one point. He did hats for us.
Nice, dude.
Dan's a good dude. I like Dan.
Seal savers.
Oh yeah.
Keeps our shocks good.
Jesse knows somebody
Mason.
over there.
Mason
at Seal savers.
Mason and Marty.
Hey, will you
Good-
explain to
good
me real
people.
quick what the products do that they have? Because I've always seen them like when you post, but I don't really know about them.
Wait, which one are you talking?
I don't know anything that Seal Savers produces.
Well, they have the coil savers, which go wrap around the coil of the shock,
Right.
which protect the shaft from
And
getting pitted and your spring as well,
right,
from getting pitted and have some dings or
blowing seals, O-rings, whatever.
exactly, yeah. Which I love it too because like in my before, like when I didn't have them, I come from Moto and that's where they come from.
Right.
I didn't even know they were making side by side stuff until they approached me, and then I was like, that's awesome because I had brand new shocks. And I go down to the riverbed where it's all sandy, and I rip around there for 3 or 4 days and come back and my shock is completely rusted.
Oh,
my
dang.
My whole spring and everything like that, and it's just all pitted and all the anodizing's all chipped, and I was just like, dang, that sucks. And then they have those. They have the CV savers as well, which same thing. It just wraps around the CV. So if you blow a CV seal or the boot, instead of the grease just exploding all over the place, it holds it in there, and then you'll relatively be able to finish a race.
Yeah.
It'll even a trail ride too, not just finishing or holding it all together. It's so much better when it comes to cleaning up.
Yeah.
Like not everybody has a steam cleaner.
I take my
such a pain.
Shock savers off after a race, and my shocks, they look like
Brand
they didn't
new.
even get touched by mud or anything.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love having those, and the people in the company is great.
Right on. Who's next, Travis?
PCI Race Radios, SDI Racing, SuperATV.com. They
.com.
.com. Got to add it.
.co.
You know they got .team now? You can get JessyNelson.team.
TM? Trademark?
No, team. T-E-A-M.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. There's no I in team, man. .team. Who else?
And then anti-gravity batteries and VP Racing Fuel.
Dude, you got a lot of people that are helping you,
Who's
man.
helping you out at VP?
Mike Emerson.
Yeah, Emerson.
There you go.
Emerson's a good dude.
There you go. Well, thank you very much. You did an awesome job reading that and
Thank
giving
you.
credit to where credit was due. So, you guys ready for this rapid-fire Q&A?
I think so.
All right, let's go. You want to let the kid go first, Jesse, or you want to go first?
Rock, paper, scissors.
All right. 1, 2, 3. You
I'll
go first.
I'll go first. I'll
Okay,
go first.
let's
I
let
know he
Jesse
doesn't
go
want to
first.
go first. So I'll go first.
I would have gone first.
I don't want to lose.
Hard shell or soft shell tacos?
Oh,
You want to play Are You Smarter Than a Third Grader?
No,
We could do that too.
Soft.
Hard shell or soft shell?
Hard.
Ooh. Chicken or asada?
Sada.
Dunes or the river?
Dunes.
River.
Ooh. Pick different ones, right? Three-wheel or quad?
Quad.
Three-wheelers are kind of tight.
Yeah.
They're kind of cool.
I'm telling you,
I was watching
death
them race.
machines.
Yeah, no, for sure, but I'm not going to ride one, but they are cool. If we're going cool factor, they're definitely cooler.
Crap, I got to switch this up because nobody likes Dylan Ferrandis. I'm sorry.
I do. Dylan's awesome.
You didn't know my question, though.
Oh, what was it?
Ferrandis or Roxon?
Roxon.
Oh, yeah, no. I like them both. Roxon.
And I didn't mean nobody likes Dylan Ferrandis. I meant nobody's going to pick Dylan Ferrandis in this question. So,
Kenny's my boy, but
yeah. So I was going to say Cincerillo or Roxon.
I like. They're both good. They're
Yeah.
both good friends too.
You got to pick one. Gun to your head. Cincerillo or Roxon?
Kenny.
Ken.
Ken? He did do so good in that second moto. Pizza rolls or jalapeno poppers?
Jalapeno poppers.
Pizza rolls.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Tea.
Favorite movie?
Talladega Nights.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Too many to choose from.
Yeah.
Too many.
All right. Are you going to put a Fig Newton sticker on your windshield?
I'll put a big one on the side of my door.
I love me some Fig Newtons. Mountain Dew or Dr. Pepper?
Mountain Dew.
Dr. Pepper.
Dude, you guys keep picking the opposite. Mountain bike or road bike?
Mountain bike.
Depends on the time.
I guess that's a good point because I'm not riding my mountain bike even though I like it. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
X-ray vision.
Whoa, dude, really? What are you trying to look at?
All the good stuff.
What's your superpower, Travis?
Super speed.
Super speed, like running?
Yeah.
Or just like mind speed, like you can think faster than
Both.
everybody else?
Both.
You can't have both. You gotta have one superpower. Most memorable race?
Ooh. I don't know.
The Crandon one that you're gonna win for your dad?
Haven't been to that one yet, so can't really say it's.
Vision it.
Yep, envision it.
Yeah.
What's
I'll
your
say
most memorable race, Jess?
Honestly, couldn't tell you. I have a lot.
Dude, my most
Too
memorable
many.
race for you is Anaheim. Favorite flavor of ice cream?
That was cool, but it was like for me, it was expected. Like I that's one thing too about telling yourself you're going to do something. Like the day we were doing press day, the day before that race, and I told my mechanic, I'm like, I'm winning tomorrow. Like
Nice.
no doubt about it, I'm winning tomorrow.
There you go. That's
I'm gonna do it. Like I don't know. Have you ever heard of Sean Palmer? Do you know who that is?
no, that's,
Do you know who Sean Palmer
Yes,
is?
he wouldn't know though.
Look up his documentary. That he's a good friend of mine as well. It's called The Miserable Champion. But that's a guy that's just mentally so strong, and that kind of I took a little bit of a page out of his book, which I've never really been that great at that
Manifesting stuff.
Yeah, manifesting or like that mental side. Which I mean, I'm always mentally strong. It's just you have your doubts or you have your, little demons in the back of your head or whatever it may be. But that's a movie you should definitely check out.
Yeah, it's just like one of those things, though. Like, you see all those memes and stuff on Instagram, right? Like, you manifest positivity, but it really does work. But you got to manifest it in your own way for you so that you can get those positive vibes out of it. Let's see here. Favorite flavor of ice cream?
Cookie dough.
Yeah, I'll say the same thing.
I'm going to say the cookies that your mom brought today, even though I don't know what flavor they are. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix.
Supercross or motocross?
Supercross. Moto.
Yeah, I figured you'd be into moto a little bit right now since moto's going on. What other form of racing would you like to try?
I mean, I've always kind of wanted to try moto, but my mom would never let me do it. She would kill me. She already almost kills me on my 110.
Dude, you could do any kind of racing.
I'm thinking like some like truck series or like a Arkham Menard or.
You're going full America.
Oh yeah.
That'd be pretty cool, actually.
I mean, I would love to say F1 or something like that, but let's be real.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
20 spots in F1, and the odds of getting that is like...
I would love to just be a fly on the wall at the F1. Hot dog or hamburger?
Hamburger.
Clearly you guys are going...
Cheeseburger, but yeah.
Clearly you guys are going to this crazy In-N-Out, like, hamburgers, right? Who's your celebrity crush? I stole this one from Supercross. Or from motocross.
Honestly, I really don't have one.
I knew you were going to answer like that.
No, I'm being dead serious.
Who's your celebrity crush, Jessy?
My wife, dude. She's the biggest celebrity there is.
Chips and guacamole or French fries and ketchup?
Chips and guacamole.
French fries and ketchup.
Dude, now you see you're the American one now, right? All right, so I really appreciate both of you guys coming down. Jessy, for you driving all the way down and hanging out, man. It really means a lot to me to come down, have you come down and support all the guys at 4 Wheel Parts.
Oh, I mean, them letting us do this here, and not even sure if they're still open, to be honest. But there were people cruising around when we were doing this thing, and
they closed about an hour and a half ago.
I love the guys that run the Riverside location, and actually all of them. I mean, from Temecula to Bakersfield to Ogden, Utah. There's great people, like-minded. Like I said before, like they're all here because they like the same things that we like.
Yep, exactly.
Every person that comes through that door is wanting to get into something or upgrade to something new, and just sharing the same likeness of products and things.
And it goes up to another level, right? Because it goes to the point where they like it so much that they're selling parts, and they're anybody that comes into the store gets supported by the employees, and they're passing that support back down to the youth kids and being able to support them in their racing and their aspirations to become a better racer, not just by helping them and supporting them with products and things, but telling them they got to get better grades. So the whole thing goes full circle, man. It's pretty badass.
I mean, it grows the sport, grows the brand, shows what they're trying to do, and the people behind it all are so great. I have nothing but good things to say about them, from Corey to Craig to Joey.
Yeah, pretty phenomenal. All these guys are making fun and having some fun in the background here. We'll put the camera back there so that they can be seen and have a little bit of fun while we do the outro here.
Yeah, Brent and all those guys, or Brent and Joey
everybody.
and Craig and Corey and all those guys and whatever they're laughing about.
Yeah, everybody. So, all right. And, we want to thank you guys for being such a good audience for us, man. You guys have done – thank you guys in the background as well. But thank you so much for joining us online on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. You guys are our lifeblood, and we actually started a sponsor deals page on the dirtlifeshow.com to help you guys save money. So any of the companies that help support us – you can use the code DIRTLIFE, or you can go to the sponsor deals page. There's a big button on the dirtlifeshow.com, and you can save some money there. There's also tips and tricks on marketing. You can go to meetthesponsors.com from there, and they'll help you out to maybe achieve your goals in racing if you want to acquire new sponsors and stuff like that in the future. So we really appreciate it. We want to try to give back to you guys as much as possible, so go check it out. Next week's show, we have S&S Cycles, Brad Sievers, who used to be the Polaris race team manager. We used to get parts and stuff from him. He's going to come on with Val Dick of Energy Coil. It's going to be pretty cool because they have some new products that a lot of people don't know that are for UTVs with coils and things like that. So that's going to be a really interesting show, maybe a little bit more product-based than anything, but it's going to be awesome to be able to hang out and talk with those guys because both of them are doing some fantastic stuff that's going to elevate the UTV industry in the next couple of years here. And like Jesse said, we want to thank Marcus over here at the 4 Wheel Parts Riverside for doing such a fantastic job. He even cleaned the showroom for us, man. It was awesome to be able to have them do that and get us all set up in here. Even got an awesome Wi-Fi signal for us. So thank you very much to all the guys at 4 Wheel Parts. And like I said, man, you guys are our lifeblood. So always hit us up. Send us direct messages. Hit us up on Facebook, anywhere you want, because you guys are our lifeblood. So thank you very much. Really appreciate Jesse for coming in, co-hosting, and thank you very much, Travis. You're kicking butt, dude.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You guys did a fantastic job, and thank your mom for giving us these awesome cookies and stuff too. So
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
it was really rad.
Thank you, Travis.
Special show, dude.
Thank you, George.
Dude, you got it, man.
I appreciate it. And everybody here at 4 Wheel Parts, and you guys for tuning in, and hopefully we weren't too annoying, or give us feedback. Next time could be even better.
Dude, that's the perfect outro. All right, guys. Thank you very much. We love you. We'll see you next Monday. Good night.
Thanks for listening to The Dirt Life Show.